What's up, guys? It's TJ Schaefer. Thanks for tuning into the Huntcast. This is going to be episode number 126, and I got Jace with me.
How's it going, guys?
And Paul.
What up?
And, dude, we've, as usual, have a crap ton to talk about. We just returned from Utah, and we're going to tell you all about our elk hunt. But before we get into all that, let's take care of our housekeeping. First up, please subscribe on whatever podcast platform you listen to this on, whether it be Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever. Subscribe to our podcast and leave us a review, okay? Those things are very important. Keep the podcast going, keep everything everybody happy, all that good stuff. Next up, follow us on Instagram at the Huntcast. And we're fixing to do a big photo drop on Instagram. I didn't want to do anything until we actually had this podcast and it got released because I didn't want to give anything away. I wanted to keep everybody in suspense.
I haven't even talked to you.
I know, bro. I know. And so I've tried to keep everything in suspense of how this hunt went. And but we're going to do a big photo dump on the old Instagram. So be sure you follow us at the Huntcast on Instagram, okay? Also, we are on TikTok. We've been dropping a couple of bombs on TikTok lately.
Oh, yeah, my wife showed me one.
Got everybody fired up.
She got a link from the CEO of Huntcast.
Yeah, there you go.
She watched it and she goes, "When do you do this?"
And you just
like, "What are you talking about?" And she goes, "The podcast." I was like, oh, damn.
Yeah, I know. We done blowed it. Yeah. Yeah, because that's one of those things. If you got time to podcast, you got time to come home and watch this baby.
Do it in the middle of the night when you are asleep.
Yeah, exactly.
I drive to Longview.
So, anyway, we dropped some bombs on TikTok. We are at the Huntcast Podcast on TikTok. Be sure to follow us there as well. And also Patreon, guys. Patreon is a website that you can go and support this show. Have a small monthly donation or donate one time, whatever you want to do. It just helps us out and buying gear and equipment and keeps the thing chugging along. So search The Huntcast on Patreon. I actually think it's patreon.com/thehuntcast. And you can check everything out there, okay? So I got that intro done in record time just so we can spend a lot of time on today's show, okay? So, Paul, before we get started.
Right.
And Jace too, I guess, because Jace rolled with me. He was with me the whole time.
Yep.
But do you, and I'm going to tell the full story. I'm gonna start the week before and go all the way through.
I love it.
But you got any questions right now?
Would you mind if I said, hey, can I ask a question while you're telling the story?
No, dude,
so
absolutely.
That way, because I just want to hear it. Because I haven't talked to you. I haven't asked any questions. I did get one text.
And that was it.
Yeah. I checked in with Jason, other stuff outside of the hunt. And asked how it was going. Limited information. I will state that I didn't get a call about meeting you guys, which is fine.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that too.
But yes, I'm ready for you to dive in, bro.
All right, let's do this, okay? So all of our listeners know that we have been looking forward to a Utah elk hunt for quite some time. Our hunt was scheduled for, let's see here, I'm looking on my calendar, September 17th through the 21st. So it's a 5-day hunt that we had scheduled with 5K Outfitters in Vernal, Utah. All right. Kyler Bowden is the dude. He's the outfitter. He's the man. And we had it all scheduled through him, okay? So I have been on an elk hunt before, and it was in Colorado. And if you want to listen to about that experience, which I went back and listened to it. Me and Jace went back and listened to it a couple of weeks ago because we wanted to know, like, I have a lot of bad memories about it. I wanted to know what I said on the podcast right after it happened.
Were you successful on that trip?
Hell no.
Yeah,
hell no.
You were.
Well, I mean, I shot a mule deer. Yeah. And if you guys want to, that mule deer right up there, Paul, on the wall, top left. That's what I shot in Colorado.
Sweet.
But man, it was freaking miserable. And when we went back and listened to the episode, I felt like I was very positive in what I said. Looking back, I have a lot of bad memories of it and not really any positive memories. But on this particular podcast, like, I don't feel like I was as mean as I should have been.
Dang.
And maybe like,
well, you've had 2 kids since then.
Well, I mean, I think I would be meaner right now. Like, I think if I had to do this podcast now, I think I'd rip his ass wide open. But anyway, if you guys want to go check that out, it's in the archives. I don't even know what episode it is, but I think it's entitled Colorado Elk or something like that. So anyway, I to say that I was very, very reputable outfitter, came highly recommended. I'm talking about Kyler Bowden with 5K Outfitters. Came very highly recommended, okay? And so I went and I booked the trip, all this kind of stuff. And I booked it like 8 or 9 months ago, a long time ago. And as it got closer and closer, me and Jace were like, we were planning on just driving up there. It's going to be a 2-day drive. Was it 22 hours to Vernal from here?
Yeah.
22-hour drive. So we were going to break it up in 2 days. And the more I got to thinking about it, I remember driving home from Colorado after spending a week getting my ass handed to me in one way or another, in multiple ways, I should say, and driving home for 2 days. Like, I didn't make it 2 days. I drove it all straight. I pulled over at a rest stop and took like an hour nap and then drove the rest of the way. I just was ready to get home because I got my ass handed to me so bad in Colorado. So as me and Jace talked about our trip, I said, man, let's do this. I said, let me book us a couple flights and we'll fly to Salt Lake City. And that way, if we get our butts handed to us in Utah, we ain't got to spend 2 days driving home. We can literally just hop on a plane and be home in 2.5 hours. And have several drinks on that plane ride home and not worry about it, because we don't have the best of luck in these situations sometimes. So I booked us a plane ticket. We're going to fly up there, and I said, hey, if we're successful, we'll rent a car when we fly up there to Salt Lake, because it's still like 3 hours away from Salt Lake where we were hunting. Mm-hmm. If we're successful, we'll just hop in the car and drive home with all the meat, okay? So that was kind of the plan. That was the game plan. I didn't have a ton of communication with the outfitter. When I had questions, I would text them, and I would try to be polite, where I would write down in my notes a question I had, and when I got 4 or 5 questions, I'd send those to them. That way I wasn't like bombarding them all the time with individual questions. But I don't know. I was even though he answered questions I had, I still had a lot of unknowns, I guess you could say. And just because I didn't know what we were getting into. Again, I kept focusing on the fact that it was highly recommended to us. So the week before the hunt comes, all right? And were we somewhere, Jason? Like, were we out of town the week before or something? Or I don't know. I felt like it was a pretty busy time. Like, 2 weeks into it.
Yeah, we went to a skeet shoot up in Oklahoma.
Okay.
And we went to the family little getaway on
the Labor Day. Yeah.
And then we were after that we were back and forth at the deer lease.
Okay, so that's probably what it was. It was busy. I just remember it was very busy,
mm-hmm.
and so like I hadn't shot my rifle since last deer season. Like, we're not competition shooters or anything like that. I mean, when deer season ends, we clean our rifles, put them on the shelf, and that's where they sit until, right before deer season, we get them out and zero them in, make sure they're still sighted in, all that kind of stuff. So the week before, I said, hey, look, I'm going to shoot my gun. This is Monday, like Sunday, I spent the day clearing out a shooting lane, like basically building a little gun range in my house. Okay, got it all mowed up, got it fresh. Jace built me a badass shooting table for Christmas last year. Got it set up and had everything ready to go. Monday, I get home from work, and I'm like, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my rifle, and I'm shooting a Browning X-Bolt 300 Win Mag with a Vortex Viper scope on it.
Man, brag about it, why don't you?
What do you mean?
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
That's awesome, man.
Well, that's what I'm shooting. And I a few years ago, well, when I went on that Colorado trip, I tested out several different brands of ammunition, and this Nosler ammunition shot the best. And I was shooting like the Nosler long range. It's the AccuBond long range ABLR. It's 190 grain. That's what I was shooting. And so you can't find those just anywhere. And so a while back, I'd ordered 4 boxes of this ammunition from Nosler, or from, I don't remember if it wasn't Nosler, but it was like Sportsman's Warehouse or something. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I bought 4 boxes of it. Okay. And it's $100 a box for 20 rounds. So this ammunition's been sitting in my house for 3 or 4 months. I get a fresh box of it out. I go out to my gun range, and I sit down on my shooting table, load around, load's fine, no big deal, and I get steady, I squeeze the trigger, boom, gun goes off, and I'm like 6 inches high or something. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it wasn't a big deal. So I go to grab the bolt, and I pull up and try to pull back, and it won't come out. Like, it's jammed. And I'm like, what the hell? And so I'm kind of giving a little tap, tap, tap,
You better be careful.
I know.
Under education, I know what to do.
I know. Well,
no,
it's
go
already
ahead.
been fired.
Tell me what you
it's
do.
already been fired.
Okay.
And so I'm giving a little tap, tap, tap. Nothing's happening. I hop on the old Google and, hey, this is what's happened, blah, blah, blah. And everybody's like, be careful, you'll break your bolt, all this kind of crap.
Shoot your eye out.
And so somebody said, hey, try to get a cleaning rod, run down the barrel, and then kind of just tap it a little bit. I did that, didn't work. And I didn't want to go too crazy with it because, hell, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm looking on Google to find out how to get a jammed cartridge unstuck. And, dude, I'm just kind of like, freaking out a little bit. Now, I got a backup. I got a 7 mag that I was going to take as a backup, but, I don't know. I just was freaking out because I planned on shooting this rifle every day. First round out of the box gets jammed up in my gun. So I text a gunsmith I know, and luckily he replied. He's very, very busy. And I ought to give him a shout out. I don't know his last name. Jim is his first name. He's with Class 3 Arms in Longview, Texas. Jim Rogers. That's
there you
his
go.
name.
Good. Yeah.
I text him like at 7:30 at night, and dude, he replies back and says, "Bring it to me in the morning. I'll take a look at it." I tell him I'm going to Utah, all this kind of crap. So I take the gun to him, and I leave it with him. He calls me in the afternoon on Monday, and he says, "Hey, look, I got the round unstuck. It was in there pretty good. I put another round in there and fired it. Same exact thing happened." Now, I brought him the whole box of the new ammunition, and I brought him a box that had like 4 shells in it that were old from the original time I purchased it a long time ago. I know those worked. So he said he tried like 2 or 3 rounds. He put one of my old rounds in. No big deal. It slid right in and out, ejected. So it was definitely that box of ammunition, okay? And so I look at the lot number on all of the boxes, the 4 boxes that I bought, they all got the same lot number. So that tells me that all that was produced at the same time. Therefore, there's a really good chance that all of these are going to be defective to where they don't work. And so I call Nosler, and I'm like, "Hey, this is going on, blah, blah, blah." The dude was super, super cool. He understood everything. He's like, "Look, man, like, we take pride in our ammunition, and all ammunition manufacturers do. But that's not to say that, we don't get a bad run every now and then. Like, it happens." He said, "So, like, send me those boxes back, and I'll send you brand new boxes."
Nice.
And so, we're that process is going on. But in the meantime, that doesn't do me no good because I leave for Utah in a week.
Well, what did Jim say? Did you say what Jim said?
Yeah, so I didn't. So Jim said that it was definitely the ammunition.
Okay.
Because he took a micrometer, the little forky deal that measures to the hundreds of millionths of inches or something. He used one of those, and he said, "Yeah, it's definitely that ammunition when it's fired. When I get that round out, I measure the casing, and he said it's like, I don't know, 0.003 of an inch or something difference.
It's very, very small.
Yeah, very small difference, but it was just enough in my gun to jam it.
Crazy.
And so he said, with that being jammed up in there and then having to kind of force it out, it kind of scratched up my chamber a little bit. So he went ahead and polished all that stuff out and all this kind of stuff, which I was very happy about. Jim just went the extra mile, and he charged me like $80 or something, or I don't know, $100. I don't even remember what it was, but it was well worth it. So here I am with 4 boxes of ammunition that's not going to work. So me and Jace run around town trying to find some nozzle. We do find a box of nozzle, and
Where at? Shout out.
Was it Winchester's?
Oh, okay.
Jason?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Is it called Winchester's or is it Sportsman's Paradise?
Both of them. I mean, whenever they advertise, it's Winchester's.
Were you excited to find them?
I guess. I mean,
What?
I'd already been like to Academy or something and bought a couple of boxes of
okay.
Hornady or something.
Hornady ELDX.
Yeah, just because I was going to just use that or whatever. But
right.
but I like the nozzle stuff.
But you got your ammo.
Well, it wasn't the long range. It was just the regular AccuBonds, which were 180 grain, I believe. They're a little less than what the long. But who gives a crap? Like again, I'm not a dude who's like into precision matched ammunition. Like if I can group it, at a couple of inches and at 200 yards, I'm tickled to death because I'm gonna shoot a deer. I'm not that steady of a human being to worry about all this high, whatever. Jason's laughing his ass. I don't give a shit. Shit dies. Hey, look, shit dies when I pull the trigger. Okay, that's all that matters. Shit dies when I pull the trigger.
I'm not saying a word, man.
Okay.
I'm
All
just
right.
giggling.
So you got your ammo.
So got the ammo, got the gun fixed. It's I get it Tuesday evening. I'm firing off a couple rounds. So every day after work, I sit down on the shooting table and I fire off a couple rounds. Okay. Right before we left, the day before we left, I fire off a round, and it shoots like 4 inches high and 2 inches to the right. And I'm like, what the crap? Because I was 2 inches high at 100 yards, which should be right on at 200 yards. And it's shooting like 4 inches high or 6 inches high, something, and then 2 inches to the right. Like it's off. And I'm like, dude, what the crap? And so I just kind of dial it back in real quick. I fire off one more round, and it's right where I want it. And I say, I'm not touching this thing again. Like, not touching it until we get to Utah. So my confidence has already kind of wavered a little bit because I was sitting here driving tacks at 100 yards, which I know is no big deal, whatever. Like, and then all of a sudden I shoot and it's off a little bit. So like my confidence has wavered a little bit. We'll get to that in a minute. So we load everything up. Okay. Sunday night, I'm packing, like waiting till the last minute as usual. Okay. One of the biggest hunts of my life. Definitely the hunt I'm looking forward to the most. And I'm packing Sunday night. And while I'm packing, I am doing a video on how to pack a gun for airport transport.
Smart.
Okay. Because one of our listeners, well, actually, hell, it was,
One of our guests.
yeah, Kyle, one of our guests from a few episodes ago, Kyle with 9 Acre Ranch. He said, man, look, this would probably be a good idea because a lot of people don't know. And so I just tried to do a very short and sweet video on how to pack your gun, what you're going to encounter at the airport, and how you're going to get your gun back. Okay. I hate YouTube videos that they want to talk for 30 freaking minutes for something that's like 45 seconds long.
I hear you, man.
And so I did like a 3-minute video on packing a gun for airport transport. So I did all that while I was packing everything. Man, and I got to tell this too. I didn't even think about this. So like me and Jace have been like, we're big dudes. Okay, I'm 6'3", 320 right now. Actually, I'm like 317.
Nice.
Yeah. Dropping a little bit. Mm-hmm. And Jace, I don't know, it's like
5'4".
Nice.
No, I'm just kidding.
How tall are you, Jace?
5'10".
You're 5'10", and you're what, 280, 290, 285?
Yeah.
So we're not small individuals. Okay, we're in the 3X club, which I'm proud of. Mm-hmm. Okay, we don't shop at Baby Gap. Like a lot of you bitches do.
We don't even shop at Gap, okay?
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Rest in peace, Gap.
Yeah. Hey, dude, I'll never forget, like, when I was in high school, everybody went to Banana. And I've always been a bigger dude. And I mean, like, just tall. I was 150 pounds in high school, but I was tall. I remember everybody wanted to go to Banana Republic back in the day. That was like the cool place. I went there, it didn't shit fit me.
Yeah.
Same thing with like old Abercrombie. Like I could beat all those models' asses. That's for sure.
It's true.
But anyway, so we needed a few more clothing items, okay? And this will be funny because I'll tell the whole thing, but in a little bit. So I had gone. The wife and I went to Dallas Saturday night.
Right.
It was our anniversary, and we went to Dallas Saturday night and stayed the night, and went to a nice dinner. Went to a jazz show. It was pretty cool. But anyway, we the next day we were fixing to leave, and so we went to Shields.
Is that a cool place?
In Dallas. Okay, so the Dallas store, correct me if I'm wrong, it's one of the larger Shields in the nation.
That's what the guy in South Dakota told us.
I mean, it's got a freaking Ferris wheel in it.
The guys I go to church with go to trips there and like are giddy about it.
Yeah, well, they got a crap, like the whole second floor pretty much is hunting, outdoor related. They got a lot of guns. They got a lot of optics. They got a lot of stuff like that. Their camo section I was disappointed in. Okay, and they sell Sitka, First Light,
King's Camo,
Stone Glacier. So they sell all the higher end brands of camo, and like I didn't have any like base layers, and we were looking at the weather. It's going to get up to like 85 every day. And so, we wear a coat in the morning, you take it off, you still need like a camo base layer or something. And I didn't have that. So I went to Shields thinking I'm fixing to load up on some camo base layers. They didn't have crap. And I think I ended up buying a couple of shirts, bought me one, bought Jace one, but that was it. And so then I went to Cabela's in Dallas and looked for some stuff. And did I buy you a couple things there or no? No, because we went up to Utah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So long story short, I went shopping and didn't really get a whole lot.
Yeah, Sarah was laughing at that, his wife.
Yeah. Like I was mad. I was a mad son of a bitch. Like I was in there and I'd be like, they got all these damn little kid clothes. Like what freaking kid, who wears a medium that's going to spend $350 on a Sitka shirt?
Yeah.
So like
dumb.
it's not, they're non-existent. Like I don't know any people that are freaking mediums that are going to do this crap. So anyway, we go to, I get packed up. Everything's good. The next morning, I pack all my clothes. I don't pack my gear. And I'm thinking it's not going to take me no time to pack my gear. And I wake up the next morning in plenty of time, take my shower, start packing gear. And an hour later, I'm still packing gear.
Dang.
And I don't know what the hell. Like, I don't know what was with me. I'm just making sure I don't forget stuff. Long story short, like I'm late to pick Jace up by an hour.
Ooh,
okay.
Man, this is stressing me out. Head to the airport.
Yeah, headed to the airport. Got to go through Dallas, which who knows what kind of traffic you're going to hit. Airport's on the other side of Dallas.
We didn't even stop at Buc-ee's, dude.
No, we were beelining it to the airport.
Gone.
Yeah, we had built in though an hour.
Oh, I heard you got some treats though. We'll get to that.
We built in an hour though to stop by Bass Pro in Dallas.
Oh,
and Grapevine, the big
so y'all
one.
went there?
No, hell no, we didn't have time.
You didn't have time.
Yeah, we didn't.
Don't go to the one in Tyler, man. I texted you boys. That's the JV version, man.
Is it like an outpost?
Huh?
Is it like a Bass Pro outpost, like a small one?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's cool though. I mean, but at the same time, same problem. I mean, I couldn't find anything in my size.
And you're an XL.
XL,
which is nuts.
36 waist. Yeah, I can't find anything.
Man,
it was all 29s and 32s.
Out of luck.
I know they got nobody
plenty
makes
of triple X's and 4X's though.
Really?
No.
Okay.
Just medium and smalls, baby.
I was about to say nobody makes grown ass man clothes anymore. Okay, none of these camo manufacturers make any grown ass man clothes.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's like an inferiority complex that they have or something or what, but like. There's no big clothes.
I think they just sell the crap out.
I think they do. They probably do.
They have to, man.
Save the smalls and mediums and get more.
I don't see anybody that wears a freaking medium out there hunting, except that one guy that had the glasses that was trying to cut up that elk. That little bitty dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll talk about all that in a little bit, okay?
Yeah, there's a couple of little dudes.
Them some bitches were some mediums, I promise you. But so anyway, we ain't even got to the flight yet, okay?
Yeah.
So we get our guns checked. That's no big deal. Our bags checked. That's no big deal. And I have a backpack with both of our fly rods cases on it. Jace has a backpack, and we got our carry-on camera case because we're going to film everything. So I got a little Pelican. It's like carry-on size luggage that I put all my camera gear in.
Nice.
We get all that. We get on the plane. No issues, right, Jace?
None whatsoever. Oh, we had to check your The fishnet.
Oh yeah, listen to this shit. So I was worried about this because we were planning on, if we're successful, driving back, and we wanted to fly fish through Colorado on the way back, which was a super cool idea. And so, like, we had our fly rods, had them in there. I Googled, no big deal carrying a fly rod in a case as a carry-on, and my net. I had my net. And I was a little worried about the net because the handle's sticking out of my backpack.
Sure. It's like a baseball bat.
Well, I mean,
it's a weapon.
very light one, I guess you could say. But they charged me $150.
Should have just bought you a net in Utah.
Hell
son.
yeah. That's what I told him. That's what
Lesson learned.
When we got there, I was like, I could have just bought a new damn net, in Utah. But yeah,
you didn't know. You didn't know.
And and again, I'm a little stressed out because we're at the airport. We're a little late. I just want to get on the plane and then I'll be calm.
Yes.
TSA stresses me the hell out.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And not because I'm worried about anything, but because they're just jerks.
You're on their time.
Oh man, you got you had to get a supervisor too. I forgot about that because when they did the swab down something.
Oh yeah, in my gun
what
case, so you guys can watch the YouTube video I made once I release it. But when you check a gun, okay, you put it on the scale at the ticket counter. They weigh it. You got to open it up, okay, and you got to have two locks. You got to open it up, and the not flight attendant, but the ticket counter lady's like, "Is it unloaded?" Yes, it's unloaded. They just take your word for it, by the way. And you say, yes, it's unloaded. Then you sign a little piece of paper stating that it's unloaded. You put that in the case, and it says, like, unloaded firearm or something, that you're signing off saying it is. You shut the case back, and then you got to take it to a separate TSA agent who will then open it up and search the whole case, okay? And they do a little swab test, and I don't really know. Like, we need to get a TSA agent on this podcast one day just to talk to them about just...
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
But anyway, they take it in a little room or a separate area, and they will take everything out. They'll look through all the foam, make sure there's no other contraband in there, and then they do the swab test where they put like a little piece of cotton or something on a little prong deal, and they wipe it around, put that in the machine, and it tells them, I guess, if like explosives are anyway, mine tested positive, so they had to get a supervisor to come in.
Oh my God.
And he looked at it and he's like, "Nah, man, you're cool." Like, he was actually really cool.
All right, way to go.
So we get on the plane, we put our luggage and stuff, everything's good. I don't want to sound too bougie, okay, but a lot of people know like, I like nice stuff.
Right.
Okay, like I want to I'm not one who will I pay for convenience all the time.
Right.
And so I like to fly first class.
Yes.
Because it's not that much more, and I'm freaking big. I ain't got no business sitting in a seat and coach. Like, I'm too big for that crap. Like,
especially a middle one, baby.
Hey, listen, I'm right at the verge of needing the seatbelt extension.
Let's go.
Okay, and I will walk my ass to Utah before I get on a plane and ask for a seatbelt extension. Okay, like, I will suck in or do whatever I can to get that seatbelt in there all the way out.
Yeah.
First class seatbelt's got about another foot on them. I can actually tighten that sumbitch a little bit. Okay,
Nice.
So we fly to Utah. If you fly first class, you can check in about a week prior, and you can choose your meal. I did not know this before, okay? Because me and Jace have eaten a couple of...
Debbie stacks.
No, man, we've eaten like some...
skin meat is what I call it.
Yeah, it's like what is it, a charcuterie board?
Oh, where at?
Yeah.
What is it called?
Charcuterie?
Where?
I don't know. Yeah.
Well, they don't have a board. They don't like bring out a fucking...
but like you talk about the airplane?
On the airplane,
okay.
yeah. Like if you fly more than 2 hours, they're going to give you some kind of meal.
It's like extremely thin.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
But it's like in a little package,
Some
like a little.
cheese.
It's like a Sargento
Crackers.
type deal. Got a couple grapes in it. Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
you can do that, or you can do the vegetarian option. Okay, and then like the last time we flew to Wyoming, on the way home, some dude got brought out some little cheeseburger sliders, and I'm like, "Who's this dude?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on with
Where's
him?"
mine?
Yeah. So the next, so I'm sitting there eating my little beef jerky shit, and he's eating a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
So anyway, I investigated it, and I ordered me and Jace.
Beef.
Yeah, it was
Salisbury steak.
something like that.
Yeah, it was like a little roast kind of.
Yeah, it was like a little
thing,
roast.
with
How was
macaroni
it,
and
man?
Spare
How
ribs.
was it?
Was
it
that
was
what
spare
it was?
ribs. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good?
spare ribs.
Oh, it
Hell
was
yeah, it was good.
Really?
Yeah,
All right.
really
Yeah.
good.
So we're eating spare ribs, having this little whiskey drink. Everybody else is eating that freaking beef jerky bullshit. You know,
Oh
looking
man, they
at,
brought out like heated nuts too, like mixed
Yeah,
nuts
yeah.
and stuff
Let's
beforehand.
go.
And I was like, man, these are awesome.
Yeah.
Hell, I'm good.
Went
Yeah.
good with that slushy.
yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
That's one of the drops.
investigated. Anyway, shiny boots
Hey,
too.
we're at
Like
the
that, huh?
we're at
Loved
the
it, dude.
hey, we're at the DFW airport and we're walking. We got a little time, and we passed the 7-Eleven. I look at Jason. I said, "Man, you want a Slurpee?" He said, "Sure." We'll go in there and get some Slurpees, man.
Nerd flavor, man.
Nerd
Oh,
flavor,
my.
Slurpees.
Nerd flavor.
Like we're like two little 8-year-old kids in there drinking Slurpees.
Love it.
And Jace passes a boot shining station, and he gets his freaking boot shine.
Oh yeah, I loved it.
But
They
anyway,
were in rough shape. I said, well, what? How much is it? $15? Hell yeah, let's do it.
yeah, I got money burning in my
Yeah, let's
pocket.
do it.
Let's go.
so we fly to Utah. We get to Utah. I had reserved through Enterprise a rental car, which was
Yes.
going to be a 4-wheel drive truck,
Yes.
Premium truck.
premium
So
truck.
how
truck.
was this?
Because again, I like nice shit.
I know. How
Okay.
was it?
We get to the airport, and dude, look, you got to remember, you got to know this, okay? We got a big ass suitcase with my clothes in it, a big ass suitcase with Jason's clothes in it, a big ass suitcase with
Our
gear
boots
in
and
it.
gear.
Okay, so it had our fly fishing boots and just spotting scope and this and that, just a bunch of gear.
Yeah.
Had my big ass gun case, and then we had the carry-on camera bag and 2 backpacks. Mm-hmm. And it's a lot of luggage for 2 people to carry,
yeah,
bro.
it is.
It's a lot.
But you're going for a week.
Yeah. And so we get to the airport, or we get to Salt Lake, and we walk a good ways with all this luggage to the Enterprise pickup station. And I said, "Yo, I got a truck reserved, you know." And I'm thinking they're gonna bring out like a freaking Platinum F-150.
Yeah, we saw a GMC SLT, something like that. I mean, it was.
You
not
knew
a
that there
Denali,
was going to be
nothing like
some
that.
options.
We
there.
saw it there. you
Like
know.
I'm looking for like ventilated leather seats,
Let's go.
you know,
Right,
like
right.
again, premium.
Premium.
That's right. And again, I like nice shit.
Right.
So we get there, and the guy's like, "All right, cool. Hey, man, look, there's like 4 trucks down there. Just go pick one out." And so we carry all this shit about 50 yards to the parking lot, and man, there's like a base model Dodge. There's a Nissan Titan base model,
Little bitty thing.
and that was about
Are
it.
they
That was
extended
it.
cabs?
Yeah, but
Nissan was the only one that was 4-wheel drive too.
yeah, like
He was brushing you off to CB
Hey,
sucker.
well, listen, I didn't put up with that shit.
So what happened?
I was like, bro, this ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
Okay, first off.
Yeah.
And I wasn't thinking. I thinking just truck because I want to throw all the shit in there. Hey, it's raining in freaking Utah right now.
Oh, great.
So all of our shit's gonna be in the back of this truck, wet.
Right.
And so I pull an audible.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like freaking Troy Aikman on the Cowboys.
Yes.
You know, fixing to toss it off to Emmitt Smith.
Okay.
I said, dude, this ain't gonna work. We got to figure something out. He said, well, man, what do you want? I said, I want that right there. It was a Jeep Wagoneer. Okay. We had one of those in
Wyoming,
and I liked it.
Okay.
It was a nice vehicle.
All right.
And it was pretty much identical to the one we had in Wyoming.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, no problem, you know. And I don't know. I mean, him hauled around. Maybe it cost me a little bit more money. I don't really know.
a little bit more.
But
Then a premium truck?
yeah,
It wasn't. We didn't have a premium truck.
Right,
we
but
had
he
a
paid
crap
for
truck.
that. And so
So-
the Jeep Wagoneer was more?
a little bit.
Oh.
A little bit. So we
I
put
gotta
all our
Google what that is.
Jeep Wagoneer.
Kind of like a Suburban Tahoe. We had
Okay,
a Tahoe.
okay.
Yeah, it's basically a Jeep Tahoe.
Okay.
But it's a nice vehicle, man. It really is. I like them. So we put all our shit in the back of that Wagoneer, and we're off to Cabela's. We stop at a Cabela's, and Jace picks up a couple 3X shirts. We basically buy the store out of 3X shit, which was only 2 or 3 shirts. And I buy me some shooting sticks because my shooting sticks, I'm glad I didn't bring them because I'd been charged probably another $150 for them some bitches since they were long. Bought some shooting sticks, and what is that noise?
Rain, baby.
Holy crap! It's raining like hell here.
I watered my grass this morning. You're welcome.
Yeah. All right. So we load everything up. We start driving. By this time, it's 6:30 or so.
But
No,
y'all
it's
get
probably-
to take y'all's time.
Well, so we got a 3-hour drive back to the lodge. Okay, and I text the dude. I was like, "Hey, we're gonna be there about 9:30." He's like, "No big deal. Everything's cool." So we start driving. You got no. Once you get about an hour out of Salt Lake, you got no option but to take your time, because the roads begin to be really windy
and narrow
and really narrow. And Utah don't believe in guardrails.
No.
So is it just like mountain scenes, like country, no civilization?
Dude, we went across one spot where each side, didn't matter which side of the road. Now, if it's curving on the outside lane of the curve, there's no guardrail. On the inside lane of the curve, it is a guardrail. I don't know why, but at one spot, there was 1,000-foot drop off on each side of the road.
Eesh.
And there was no shoulder.
Yeah.
And TJ's like, man, I don't like this. I don't like this. And we're
Was it raining
curving
still?
a little bit.
It's sprinkling, misty.
Yeah. So we're up in, I don't know what would be called, a gorge or something. I don't know. I mean, it looked like a damn. If you're looking straight ahead, it's like you're riding a roller coaster because there's nothing around you on either side of you. And when you look out the window, you're looking down in trees and huge. So
that's how most of the drive was there?
Well, about an hour after we got out of Salt Lake, it got pretty sketchy.
Yeah.
And it got dark. Mm-hmm. And
which I'm kind of glad it got dark, to be honest. I'm not going to lie.
I'm going to tell you this. Jace has driven all over the United States with me, okay? And I drive most of the time. And everybody knows I drive fast. It ain't about the destination, it's about getting there.
Right.
I mean, sorry, it's not about the journey, it's about the destination.
Oh, okay,
that's the way I look in life, okay?
Yeah.
I looked at him one time. I said, "Are you going 99 miles an hour?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Slow your freaking
in Utah?
ass down." Yes.
Oh my God.
I was on the interstate, man. Like I was going with flow of traffic.
Well, no interstate. It was a 2-lane road.
Well,
Okay.
wasn't that bad.
There wasn't no interstate here. It might be there, but I mean, it's like a farm to market road here.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Jace told me to like I got on Jace's nerves driving, and that's the first time it's ever happened.
Yeah. That he's had to verbally say something.
He's had to verbally say something. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, I mean, we're going down like what is it, 12 degree or 12% grade or some shit like
so
that.
Do y'all
it's
get there?
Steep. It is steep. Okay. There's no reason to accelerate to go to the next curve that's only 75 yards away.
I hear you, man. I hear you.
So
again, it's about the destination, not the journey.
Right.
We got there.
Anyway, we it's dark, or it's getting dark, and like we've seen mule deer, we've seen antelope.
Awesome.
Dude,
like
in a stretch of 100 yards.
Yeah, we've seen elk.
3.
We saw elk.
Awesome.
Like I'm already ahead of my Colorado trip, and I ain't even there yet.
Awesome.
And so it's getting dark, and we're driving through some mountains, and I'm like, holy shit. And Jason's like, what? I was like, there's 2 bears. And so I whip around real quick. He gets his camera and starts filming. Freaking cows.
Oh, dang.
Yeah,
just up in the mountain, free ranging.
We're free range. We're in free range. Ain't no fences. Like they just cows running around on the roads and shit.
Wow.
So we turn around, we drive up a little bit farther from where we actually turned around at, and we saw a sign that says cows, watch out for cows.
Yeah, watch out for free range cows. I was like, whatever.
Then we almost hit a...
So all week, when we see a cow, we'd be like, there's a bear.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
Then we almost hit a mule deer buck. Don't know how big the body is. We saw the horns for damn sure. The head, because
he was
the body
so close.
was in front of the car.
Yeah, it was so close to the car that you could only see the head. Like the body was covered up by the hood of the car.
Crazy, man.
And we didn't have no service. We didn't have no service. I was like, man, we hit the damn deer. We hit a damn deer here, and like I locked them up. Like tires were squealing, stopping. Yeah, we hit a damn deer there. It had been over. Like we'd had to walk for a long time, carrying all that damn luggage.
Yeah.
So we get to the lodge. Everything's cool. We meet a guy named Tyler. Tyler was super, super cool. I guess you would call Tyler. I heard people say that he's the mountain boss. Mm-hmm. Okay, so he's like kind of the camp boss.
Only person above him would be the owner, Kyler.
Yeah, Kyler. And Tyler's last name, I hope I don't pronounce it wrong, was Erkenbrack. Tyler Erkenbrack, something like that.
I've never seen it on the screen.
But Tyler's kind of dude, Paul. He's probably your size. Big beard, big full beard. And he's kind of guy that I felt like if he wanted to, he could like punch you in your chest and rip out your heart.
So it's like the Rip. of Yellowstone.
Kind of, yeah. Like he's kind of
Don't
like
mess with him.
Yeah,
Respect
but
him.
Quiet.
like,
He's quiet. Talking.
he's very quiet.
And,
Yeah, he's very quiet, and he's very man of few words.
Right.
And I tried to like engage with him. So I'd be like, "Man, did you have a good day?" Yeah. Cool, man. Awesome. All right, I'm gonna go sit over here. Type deal. Yeah, I feel like he could punch you, and you'd feel it like in 2 weeks.
Woof.
He's that quiet guy at the bar that you don't want to
Right.
jack with.
Right.
That's what.
Probably, probably got like a knife in his boot.
Sure.
He gets you.
Yeah.
Sure.
But he super. Like I said, I think he's a cool dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
Shit, he'd probably if I talk shit about him, he'd probably punch you up there, and I'd feel it down here.
He stands over your bed while you're sleeping. Like, what the heck?
Yeah.
How'd you know that?
No, super cool guy though, man. So he meets us there. He gets us kind of lined out, tells us where our room is. We get our freaking 10 suitcases in this damn little ass room. Did we meet Jesse? Did we meet Cody?
Yeah, we saw Cody
that night.
Yeah, we met Cody that night. We met little Ray, little Camp Ray, Elias.
Yeah.
And then his dad.
Great names.
Yeah,
So-
no, dude, Elias is a badass.
Elias is 11 years old, man.
Yeah.
Awesome.
10
Yeah.
or 11.
Sixth grader,
Yeah.
homeschool, and his parents let him just go to elk camp and just hang out up there with all
That's so
And
cool.
like Tyler is kind of like his
mentor.
Yeah,
That's cool.
And so like he's like, Tyler would be like, "Hey Elias, come with me. We got to do this. Hey Elias, come. We got to do."
Yeah.
Like he was teaching him
How to do
the
that.
way of
I
the
love
mountain.
that.
I
It
sit
was
there and watch.
badass.
He'd get in there with his little knife and start working on skinning the elk and all that stuff. He wasn't afraid to get in there, man. He's a very good kid. I told both his parents, I said, "Man, y'all got something right there. That is a very well mannered kid." And I enjoyed hanging out with
I did too.
Elias.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Started
Before I
calling him
left-
Ray though.
Before I left, he's like, "Hey, can I get your phone number?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, man!"
I
Like,
love that.
yeah. And so I gave it to him. I texted him the picture of all four of us. But anyway, we get situated. They know apparently they ain't no AC up in Utah.
Oh,
Like they just open the windows,
Sure.
which is cool. Don't get me wrong,
Right.
But going down there, like I started getting a cold before I even left, really. And I wasn't feeling bad, but I had a lot of drainage and stuff. And I get up there and we're sleeping with the windows open, with sagebrush pollinating
Pollination
everywhere.
and all that. I
Oh,
think we're
gee.
all
Bro,
allergic to that.
Listen, I'm gonna jump ahead a little bit. By the second day, I felt like death.
Oh man.
Like death, bro. And anyway, so we meet our guide, Cody. Cody reminds us of a dude here in East Texas named Jesse, and that's why I said Jesse on that.
Okay.
He reminds just the way his mannerisms and all that stuff.
Everything.
Everything reminds us of Jesse.
He's just young Jesse.
Yeah. So we get up the next morning. We don't hunt till Wednesday. We fly in on Monday. We get there Monday night. So all day Tuesday we get to glass, and I feel like I do. I want to publicly thank Kyler for like letting us come in early. Like it wasn't no big deal to him, but having that extra day just to glass and just to hang out with our guide, which we didn't know Cody was going to be our guide yet. They were going to meet like Tuesday night. And after everybody got into camp and see who gelled and all this kind of stuff and but we hit it off with Cody. Everything was good. We went and glassed. We saw a ton of elk that night. Everything was super cool, man. Tuesday was just a laid back good day.
Good.
Jeff, the camp cook, got there that day.
Yeah.
And was his name Jeff? Is that
Jeff,
right?
yep.
Okay. And man, everything was good. Okay. It's funny though, and I want to say this, and it's not a negative, okay? But it is. I want our listeners to know, we've been all around the country now hunting, and every place is a little bit different, and the people are always a little bit different, And what I've found, and maybe this, maybe they just listened to this podcast and knew that we were a bunch of jackasses or something, but I kind of felt like everybody was a little, not necessarily standoffish, but a little bit more guarded.
With y'all?
Yeah, with anybody.
Oh,
like
okay.
Yeah,
in
everybody
the South,
it's like
in the South, we have like the Southern hospitality.
Right.
Where you meet, like I talk to people at the gas station all the time and stuff.
Right.
Like you just talk to everybody.
Yeah.
And you try to be you're buddies with everybody until they do something to not make you their buddy.
Right.
And it's there up in Utah. It was almost like they wanted to check you out first before they kind of let you in. Does that make sense to you, Jace?
Yeah.
And again, it's not a bad thing.
No.
It's just how everybody's different.
Region. I mean, all it is. I mean, because you would think, okay, down here during deer season, if there's like 2 or 3 people or 2 people just looking over in a bed of a truck, everybody's going to walk up and look and see what you shot, and then talk and whatever, find out the story. Great job, blah, 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 and now we're friends and we leave and never see each other again. There it would be like, okay, I see one and we see it from distance and go.
Yeah.
Just
Because they're just
a little
it's
standoffish.
Something different. That's all it is.
I mean, and I'll get to this in a minute, like why I'm saying all this. And so we kind of hung out with Jesse.
Cody,
shit.
It's all good.
Yeah,
Who cares?
Jesse, Cody.
Same thing.
Yeah, tomato. So we hang out with him all day Tuesday. And Tuesday night we come back to camp and everybody's there. Okay? Like all the guides are there. All the other hunters are there. Like Wednesday morning is on.
How was the food? I'm sorry, but how was the food?
Food was good.
Y'all got,
I mean, it wasn't
fed?
it was breakfast food, like eggs and bacon and potatoes and stuff.
Okay,
and
and it wasn't the same thing every day either.
But it got you fed. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
It wasn't paper plate.
No, it wasn't.
No, it was actually glass plate and silverware.
That's nice.
Yep, and I'll just be honest with you. They had some paper plates, and I ended up getting them just like throw that son bitch away.
Sure, right. I
just
hear
to prove a point, be like, I ain't washing this shit.
Yeah, right. So Wednesday morning. Sorry.
Wednesday morning, we're paired up with Jesse. We wake up about Cody.
Hi, man.
Cody.
Oh, come on, man.
You got Jesse on the mind.
We're paired up with Cody.
Oh, Lord.
And Cody says, hey, y'all, we're going to leave about 6:15 or so. It ain't like deer hunting in East Texas where we want to be in the stand beforehand. They want to be able to see before they go out because they don't want to walk up on anything and spook it. And so it was about 6:15 when we met downstairs. We left about 6:30, give or take, and we drive 3 or 4 miles down the road to a valley to a valley that we're going to hunt that morning.
Yeah, because we glassed 2 huge bulls the night before.
Yeah. Yep.
And then a couple of decent ones and all that. We'll get to that word decent.
In a minute. Yeah, decent. So the way I'm thinking, okay, Cody, we all get situated. We got our little. Well, I don't have me and Jason didn't bring backpacks that day because we think we're just going to go walk and check it out, then get in the truck and drive somewhere else. We start walking, and like I'm thinking about how I treat my kids when we're hunting. Okay, like I want my kids to be behind me when we're walking to the stand, and that way, if I see something, I can be like, stop. Be like, shut up, like on Forrest Gump. You know what I mean? Sit down or whatever he says.
Yeah, so here we know whenever we're walking, whoever's in the lead, they're actually looking at everything, and if that person stops, everybody else stops.
Yeah.
If that person squats down, we all squat down. That's just how.
So what was going on with this?
Well, Cody's walking ahead of us. Jace is second in line.
He's like 10 feet in front of me, and then
I'm like 10 feet behind Jason.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, like all of a sudden, Jason I think spots a bull to our left.
Yep.
And he's 150 yards out, something like that.
Yeah, not even that, I don't think.
100 yards, whatever.
Parallel with us.
He's to the left, and Jason's like, hey.
I was like,
and that bull comes around
Cody.
in front of us, and Cody's like, that's a good bull. Jace gets a little bit of it, like just probably 5 seconds of it on camera. And then Cody's like, dude, if you'd have been up here by me, you could have shot it. And I'm like, well, thanks, Dad. Why
don't you tell me next time, Cody?
I know. And he said, that's what he said. He said, look, that's my bad. He's like, I should have said something like, be up here by me next time. That way, if we see something, it may happen quick, get up here by me. And so we just had to communicate to know that. Because I'm thinking, I need to be in the back because if he sees something, he's going to tell me what to do. But he wanted me up there right beside him. So from then on, I was attached to Cody at the hip. No big deal.
That was 10 minutes into the first day.
Yeah.
First morning of 5 days.
Yeah. And it was definitely a very mature, ready to shoot. It's a shooter buck. Shooter bull all day long.
All day long.
But honestly, like, did I really want to shoot something 10 minutes into my hunt on the first day and not experience any more of Utah? You know, like I could have hung out of camp, but like, and it wasn't even really daylight yet. So like, it wasn't like I was going to get to see a show or anything. Like if I would have shot that bull that morning, what we're fixing to talk about would have probably never happened. Okay. So we get to, we walk the valley a little bit more and check some stuff out. We glassed some elk on the side of these hills and stuff. Maybe saw another shooter. I can't remember. I think we did on the far mountain. We said, hey, we'll try to come back and get him this evening.
We heard him barking. You know, I didn't know elk bark. I mean, it sounded like a damn dog or something, like just a wild dog, like that. And I was like, what is that? And Cody was like, man, that's elk. That's he barking. He goes, are they running away? And I'm looking. I said, no, they're just walking away. He goes, all right, good. If they run away, you hear that and you see them running, then might as well just leave because you just blew them out, you know. And to go back to where we were feeling bad with all our allergies and all that, we can't breathe out our nose, or at least I can't. Zero. So I'm mouth breathing, you know. And then down here in Texas, if you're just walking around mouth breathing, you're going to be out of breath pretty quick. Well, you get up in the mountains, you go 100 yards, you're done at this point in time. So I'm carrying the other little camera, or vlog camera. So I'm sure, you know, you're going to hear me going like that because I'm trying to keep up with Cody. Cody's tall, you know, skinny dude's got a long stride. So
Cody wears mediums, talls, but they got to be tall mediums.
Oh yeah. So
eat them raisins.
Hate raisins. You like them?
Just pour that shit in your mouth and chew all of it up together. You won't even taste them.
You can have them.
I ain't eating straight raisins.
Anyway.
Yeah. But so my 3 steps was his 2 steps. So I'm staying up with him at one point in time. And then finally I'm just like, well, you know, this and we're walking up the mountain. I'm so out of breath, I'm damn near pissing on myself because I'm trying to deep breathe and it's pushing down on my bladder. And I finally tell TJ, I said, hey, y'all go ahead, I got to pee. So I turn around, I, you know, relieve myself and turn back and walking up, and TJ goes, boy, I'm so glad you stopped because I was about to die up here.
Let me catch my breath while you peed.
Y'all are great.
Yeah. So we don't really see a whole. We saw another big bull up on a mountaintop. There's no way we were gonna come back and get him. We go back to camp, and we're ready for the evening hunt.
And nobody had shot anything.
Nobody had shot anything opening morning, which they'd said that. They said that the evenings were always better than the mornings. Okay, and so that evening we go to a valley, and they say they got a blind. And I'm thinking, all right, man, we get to sit on our ass, eat some little Debbie's. You know, like this is Texas hunting right here. Which, by the way, I didn't go anywhere else without my backpack from that moment on, from that morning on.
Because that had your snacks.
That had all my shit in it. Had my water, had everything. And we were gone. I mean, it was only like 2 or 3 hours, but like I still wanted to have a little sip of water every now and then.
Man.
Yeah. And so we go that evening to the blind, which is basically just the side of a hill with a big rock ledge, and they cut a bunch of limbs down and just kind of stacked them up on the ground. I will tell you this. What I was extremely surprised of is apparently elk don't really give a shit if you're there. You know, as long as the wind is right where they're not smelling you, they don't really give a shit.
And you're not in the sunlight.
Yeah, wow. If you're in the shade, and elk are completely different than whitetail deer. Whitetail deer, which we're so used to hunting, are very cautious when they come into an area. They're looking left and right. They're stopping. They're kicking their head up. They're looking around. It may take them 30 minutes to get, 100 yards. When elk want to be somewhere, they're like jogging in.
Oh,
they're coming in, and it sounded like a little stampede almost when they come in. Mm-hmm. So we go to this blind, and we're sitting there, and we hear them everywhere. Man, these elk are bugling like crazy. You hear cows going, like it's like the woods are alive with animals. And probably about 5:30 or 6 in the evening, it's going to get dark around 7:30, 7:45 there. Probably about 5:30 or 6, we get a couple cows come in, and there's a pond or a little water hole that we're sitting at, and they come in and they just jump in that somebody start swimming around. And wow. I'm like, what?
They don't even stop at the side. They run 100 yards all the way to the pond, and they're in it.
Yeah, yeah. So there's these elk these two little cows are in the water swimming it up, having a good time. And I'm just like, man, this is cool shit.
Yeah,
you know?
no doubt.
And Cody's like, just wait a little bit. And so we go and we just sit there and we're chilling. And man, like 30 minutes later, all these elk just start funneling in. And it was the most incredible sight I'd ever seen in my life, because we're sitting on the edge of this mountain looking into this valley 150 yards away from the valley. We're not like a long ways away from it. And at the end, like, there's 200 elk in this valley. 200.
Wow.
That's an estimate. I mean, we were like, I started trying to count, and of course they're moving around and shit and running all over here and there, and all, you can't count that stuff. But there's at least 200 in this valley. And dude, it was amazing that evening. We had a couple of bulls that were running around, and they would just they'd bed down for a little bit, and then they'd get up and run around again. I mean, it was cool seeing all of that. And in that group of 200 elk, there were at least 2 shooters in there. It got to be about 7:15, and I got my rifle up, and I was kind of following one around. And man, it may have been a bigger bull than what I ended up shooting, or that's kind of giving it away, huh?
Well, maybe
I missed.
Yeah.
It was a big elk, but it was kind of like, this isn't the time, you know.
Was he giving you like free range to say do what you want to do, or was he?
We're gonna have this conversation in just a minute. Okay. Because let me finish up.
Okay, sorry. I was just curious because
good,
you're doing a lot of like, you're not mentioning. I was just curious.
Yeah. So, Cody's like, I had to end up having a talk with Cody, and because Cody would be like, man, that's a shooter bull. Take it if you want.
No, it's a decent bull. Never said shooter.
Okay, well, take it if you want. Like, and I'm like, no, man. Like, I want you to tell me you need to shoot that one. Like, don't tell me take it if you want, because that makes me think like, it's okay.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
I want him to be like, yo, bro, shoot that bull. But Cody wasn't that way. He's like, no, man. Like, what's good to me might not be good to you, and vice versa. Like, if it's something you like, take it.
I can't wait to ask some questions then.
And so he goes, I follow that bull around. It finally gets too dark, and the bull ends up kind of running off. And I was like, okay, well, it's dark, and there's 200 elk in this like valley. What do we do? He's like, just turn your headlamp on and start walking. Of course, me and Jace forget our headlamps. Rookies, you know, we're freaking rookies.
So what do you say? I ain't got one.
Yeah, and he's like, all right, well, just follow me. And so he's like, they see a light, they don't know if it's a truck or if it's a human. Like, we're just going to keep walking and act like nothing's wrong. And yeah, we just walked on out, and no big deal.
Still bugling. Cows are going at it. I mean, when I went on the trip, you know, TJ asked me, man, what do you want to see on it? I said, man, I just want to hear the vocalization of them. That's all I want to do. You know, I mean, I love that about turkey hunting. I love it whenever it's during the rut, during
So
deer
you're enjoying
season.
Yourself thus far.
It got annoying, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I mean, it was constant for 2.5 hours. You know, bugling, whatever they call what the cows do, ewing or whatever. I don't know, but it was just constant. There was not really 10 seconds of silence.
Wow.
While we were sitting there watching them, because out of that 200 that night, we saw them rubbing on trees, you know, and that makes a hell of a sound because they're
Dude, like,
200
you have this
yards
big
away.
rack. You have this big rack, and they're just raking the shit out of a tree.
I mean, what you
Like,
could
it was
hear
freaking nuts.
like that, and it's like, good Lord, you know. Well, then, did I catch it? I don't know if I caught it on video or not of them fighting.
Oh, wow.
You know, then chasing their cows and all that stuff. The only thing that we didn't get on video or actually see is them actually breeding with each other, which Cody said it's just like a little one pump. They hop on, one pump, boom, done. You know, so I mean, that could have happened that quick and we didn't see it, you know. So I was trying to find that, but, you know, other than that, I mean, it was an amazing hunt. We get back to camp and tell people about it, and they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
I mean,
200 elk, dude. It was freaking nuts. Like,
Yeah,
we got it all on video. Like,
That's
we're going to be
awesome.
putting together a video on this deal, and it's freaking legit for sure. So we go back to camp. After that, we walk, you know, a good ways back to the truck. By the way, the trucks. Everybody up there with the exception of the outfitter, Kyler, drives a Toyota Tacoma.
Okay.
Okay? And, again, Toyota Tacomas are not plus-sized vehicles.
Right.
And so you had me and Jason. Jason's sitting directly behind me. We were crammed, like, to the T in this damn Tacoma.
Smooth drive, though, right?
Hell
I'm
no.
kidding.
We're like bumping all over shit. It wasn't, but they got to do that to get through those trails and stuff without getting their trucks all scratched up and stuff. So we get back in the truck, we drive back to camp, and it wasn't bad. Like, I'm not complaining about it. It's just kind of a funny detail. We get back to camp, we eat, and again, like, we eat and no one really talks at dinner.
Right.
Like, you have a couple of the hunters that maybe know each other. They talk a little bit, but like nobody else is talking. And like the guides, they're kind of like everybody's kind of segregated, and it's just kind of weird because I'm not used to
all
it.
the guides has gotten there that night.
Yeah. Like everybody's like,
Are they being cliquey, or they're not even hanging
no,
out
they're
with each
not,
other?
no.
Well,
They're not
talking
being
here and that.
Right.
You know,
They're not being cliquey. Nobody's being cliquey.
There's
Like,
not a
just
lot of
silent.
conversation.
yeah, it's just
No
not a lot of
small talk.
Exactly.
No.
No small talk.
And somebody had shot an elk that night. Kyler, he guided a guy and shot it like he said 700-800 yards.
Yeah.
You know, it's a hell of a shot, and it was a good bull. You know, real heavy bull, nice looking, animal. And I mean, I stayed downstairs that night. I mean, TJ didn't even eat. You just went upstairs because you felt bad.
I felt so bad, like, and I was popping like NyQuil or Dayquil, and Claritin and Tylenol. Like,
ready to
dude, I'm
rest
telling
it
you,
off.
listen, I felt like death. Like, I felt like I had the flu or something.
Damn.
And so I just go straight to bed. I didn't even eat dinner.
Yeah.
I'm probably in bed at 8:00.
Yeah.
And so Jace hangs out for a little bit, but again, it's just like
There's no conversation.
No
like
conversation.
BSing, around or nothing like that. Like, I'm used to.
Right.
And I'd say stuff, and I'm like, okay, whatever, and just kind of observe everybody.
Dude, probably like, get this guy to shut up.
I'm telling
I
you,
haven't said a whole bunch yet, So
it's raining like a sumbitch outside.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's raining.
I know.
We should have food plots in the ground, man.
Well,
Too
whatever.
late. Oh well.
So, all right. So it's day 2, and we wake up that morning, 6 o'clock, 6:15, something like that. We're leaving at 6:30, and we meet up with Cody again. Throw our crap in the back of the truck, fill up our water bottles, all that good stuff, and we are off. We basically hunted the same valley all weekend, which was, God, I don't know how many acres that valley would end up being, but it was definitely probably 1,000. Maybe probably more, probably quite a bit more than 1,000 acres.
There's several mountain ridges every.
And so we park at where the valley starts, and we walk in because we don't really want to, jump anything. Right off the bat, we're hearing bugles. Everything's great, and we walk to a point, listen for a little bit, walk to another point, listen to a little bit, glassing, all this kind of crap, and Cody's like, man, let's see if we can go up this elevation a little bit. Basically meaning, let's climb this freaking mountain and try to see if we can find out where this bugle's coming from. He thinks it's pretty close, which I don't know shit, but like, it sounds close. And so we start climbing up this hill. We did see a bull that morning across the reservoir, how they call it. To me, it's a big ass pond. But yeah, we saw a bull and we watched him for a little bit, and he ended up walking into the woods. I guess that Jace was that big mud flat that bull was on. Something must have been in there, growing in there, that they like to eat, because that bull hung out in that mud flat for a while. And we'll get to a part in the story in a little bit too. We revisited that mud flat again. But so we start climbing elevation a little bit. Ain't no surprise, we done talked about how big me and Jace are. Like, we ain't made for that shit. Jace pulls over and has to take a piss, and I'm just thankful that he had to piss, because it gave me a chance to catch my breath a little bit.
Right.
Man, we just couldn't find a good glassing point on that ridge, because Cody wanted to keep us in the shade. He said, he was very adamant on making sure that your wind direction's correct, that they can't smell you, and then also making sure that you stay in the shade. If you get into the sunlight, like we talked about a minute ago, like, they spot you, and everything is downhill from there.
Yeah, he said, man, you wear a red shirt and as long as you're in the shade, it doesn't really matter.
So we're staying in the shade, dude. They're glassing. Him and Jason are talking about like, can we do this? Can we do that? Just talking about strategy and stuff. And I just lay down. I'm like, I'm just gonna chill here on the ground for a little bit. I laid out again. I feel like crap, dude.
Yeah.
Like I just feel bad.
Yeah.
And but I'm pushing through because I want to make this work. Like I'm committed to this hunt. Like, and I'm trying not to complain any. I definitely don't want Cody to be like, well, dude, you're sick. Like, you need to stay at the freaking cabin.
Right.
Like, I ain't going down that road at all.
Yeah.
Or Cody be like, dude, you're sick. I ain't hunting with you. I ain't guiding you. And so I'm just trying to be cool about it all. And again, it's just a cold. Like I got a cough in my chest. Like it didn't. By this time in the night, or by this time in the day, that cold had moved from my head into my chest. And so when I cough, it's like that, like real sharp pain in my. It's miserable.
Yes.
But we were on this mountain for a couple of hours looking around and crap. We finally decided to just call it a morning. We're going to go back to the blind spot that night. We come down the hill, go get in the truck, drive back to camp. I go take me another nap, just try to recover a little bit. I'm drinking fluids like crazy. And, man, we just get ready for the evening hunt. Cody wanted to leave earlier for the evening hunt because the day before we had those 200 elk in that valley. They came out like 30 minutes after we got there. And so he's like, dude, let's get there earlier. That way we don't bump anything. Everything's cool. Like, you know, we got plenty. And of course I'm cool with that. Like, I just want to be hunting. If we're at the cabin chilling, we're not killing anything. And so about that time, Kyler, the outfitter, comes up and he's like, hey, I want to hunt with you guys. Because we hadn't really got to hang out with Kyler. Hell, we hadn't even really spoken to him because he'd been talking to everybody else and stuff. And so him coming up saying he wanted to hunt with us, I thought was pretty freaking cool. And so that evening we get out. I think we leave around 2:30, something like that. We head to the woods, head to the mountain, and we get to a kind of like a general meeting point, little parking lot area, basically what it is. You know, there's so much public land around there that they have like they got like a bathroom station.
Yeah.
You know, with like 2 pots in it. And there's a dude actually there with his camper pulled up. He's freaking
roughing it, man.
Yeah.
Other than a camper, I mean.
He's raw dogging it. He ain't got no power. He ain't got no water, like unless he brought water. But he ain't got no power. And he just parks his camper in his parking lot and just raw dogs it all week. Which my hat's off to him because I ain't about that. It'd be too quiet for me. My cell phone be dying, not being able to use my fan app.
Yeah, man. Could you imagine sleeping in the dead silence like a psychopath?
I know. And it's cold outside. I mean, like, I don't know, dude.
30s. I mean, there's heavy frost on the ground when we were walking through it.
Yeah, so the weather is just going all kinds of ways.
Oh, yeah. That's why I'm all jacked up, dude.
Right,
you know?
Oh, and I mean, you hear it all the time. It's different. It's different. Yeah. My nose was so damn dry from, breathing into just the dry air. I mean, damn near having nosebleeds and stuff, So completely different. I mean, our bodies aren't adapted to that.
No, I ain't made for that shit. Like Bella, my youngest daughter. I told y'all about, she was in gym class, and Coach Jackson, one of her coaches, was making them run around like the gym and stuff, like do laps in the gym.
Damn.
And he's like, Bella, you need to run. She said, I'm not running. He's like, why? He said, I ain't built for that. That's like my joke. I ain't built for that. I ain't climbing no mountains. So anyway, Kyler, we get to this general meeting spot where the bathrooms are, and Kyler's like, hey, look, I'm gonna hunt on this other ridge, and he's got Elias with him, so there's gonna be 4 of us, and I'm kind of excited about it because it's just kind of cool to have this group and hang out with these guys. And Elias, like Jason said, he's just a really, really cool kid. And so we all get together, and Kyler's like, I'm going to hunt this other ridge. I'm going to sit up on here. He said, that way I can see you guys and what y'all are hunting, and I can see this other area too. And if there's a big bull that comes in it, I'll call you guys and y'all can come over. And so we go sit in the blind. It's me, Cody, Elias, and Jason. And we're sitting there chilling. Elias, man, he's getting sick too.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so he's like got snot running out all his face and stuff, and he's trying to be quiet.
He's holding in a cough, and I'm looking at him, and He finally looks at me, and his face is beat red.
Poor guy.
I mean, he's got snot coming out his nose, and I just looked at him, I said, dude, just cough. Just cough. Get it up. Cough. And then about that time, TJ go, I said, cough now. You're good. You know, and he you know, I mean, he was about to die over there, but he was a trooper, man. He was hanging in like, no, I ain't gonna blow this hunt.
Yeah,
you know.
And I told him, I said, man, here's like, blow your nose, dude. Like, it's cool, just blow it. Like, I don't want you like, and I'm doing the same thing. Like, I'm blowing my nose. Like, it's just what we got to do.
Well, yeah, we figured it out from the night before. Hey, this is like Texas hunting. I mean, we're gonna sit in a stand, so we ended up packing sandwiches, snacks for us to sit in there and, you know, be comfortable with and all that.
Bro, I went in the kitchen to pack my sandwich, and
all he had was
they were going to the store right then to like, somebody was gone to the store to buy some more groceries while we're gone, and like there wasn't no bread, and I looked in the pantry and there were some hot dog buns, and so I got me 2 hot dog buns, put me some turkey in there, and they had some of those like cheese sticks.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and I put a cheese stick in that sumbitch.
Let's go.
So I had me some little baby hoagies.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Hell no, it was good, man. It was good. So, we eating some sandwiches. We're hanging out on the side of a mountain. I mean, life is good, man. I mean, life is good.
Yeah, we were sitting there. It was all quiet and stuff. And, you know, I'm running 2 different cameras that I'm not, you know, 100% familiar with. And I hear, and that's the sound of the camera going on and off. And I'm looking at the camera. And I look at the one that's sitting beside me, and Cody's like, what was that? I said, I don't know, man. It sounded like the camera went on and off. So, you know, we go back, and we're, you know, hunting, and I hear it again. I'm looking around like, what the hell is this? Hell, it's Elias throwing rocks at me, trying to get my attention because he's ready to eat a sandwich.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And, you know, when I looked at him, he just laughed, and I said, are you throwing at me? He goes, yeah, I want that sandwich. I said,
yeah.
Hell, here.
Yeah.
I thought the camera was malfunctioning and stuff, man. I'm thinking, damn, what's going to happen if a big one comes out? You know?
But I keep looking at my phone, and I'm looking at my pictures because, like, I know from the timestamp on the pictures, like, what time these elk were coming out. And so, like, I'm looking, and it's like, I don't know, it's like 4:30. We've been blind since like 2:30. So we've been there a couple hours, I hadn't seen anything. And I'm like, okay, in like 30 minutes, these elk are going to start pouring into this valley. And, we're waiting, and like nothing happens. And about that time, we notice on the far ridge a little orange dot. And so we're looking through our binoculars, and it's like 4 or 5 other hunters on the other ridge. And we're like, dude, that's exactly where those elk were last night before they started pouring into this valley.
Yeah.
So they apparently either heard them or scouted and saw some tracks or something. I don't know, but they're in the spot where the elk were before they came to us. And I'm like, dude, this is not a good deal. And Cody's like, man, just be cool. Like, maybe they're going to push them to us. Like, they want to be in this valley. They proved that yesterday. So just be cool. Like, don't get frustrated. And I'm like, I'm cool. Yeah, everything's good. And so they start calling. And before then, we had heard some bugling on this other side of the mountain. And all of a sudden, it just shut off. And so they're calling. They finally get one of the bulls to reply, and this is like over probably an hour time frame. So I'm mentally dealing with all this bullshit for like an hour. And Cody's like cool as ice.
Yeah,
no big deal. And then all of a sudden, boom, we hear a shot, and I'm like, dude, this shit's over. Like, these dudes done shot something over there.
Yeah. And
about 10 minutes later, boom, we hear another shot, and I'm like, well, they must have either wounded it or missed it or something, so they follow it up. 2 shots, like, the hunt is done.
Yeah, spot's done.
Like, it's done. It's done burned up. Like, we over there, I'm worried about coughing.
Yeah.
You know, and then they're firing off a rifle twice. I'm like, this shit's over.
Yeah.
And
we can hear them talking.
Yeah, we did have a couple of, or we had one lone cow come down the mountain and get a drink and then leave. And that's really all we saw.
And it ran 400 yards from what we could see, straight, and just ran right into the pond, sat there for, I don't know, 5-10 minutes, ran right out, never stopped, went straight back up the hill 400 yards away.
Crazy.
I mean, like you said, they're getting to one place or the other. They're not worried about nothing else. Run down, run up. It's done.
That was all the action that we had. And like I said, with that, along with the hunter shooting a couple times, like I'm done. I'm over. Like I'm not over. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah.
because I'd really thought, this at this point in time, I had already, I want to say passed, but I had chosen not to shoot at three shooter bulls already, and because I wanted to have a little bit more hunting experience in Utah, and I've blown it. Like I'm thinking I'm wrestling with, have I missed my opportunity?
Right.
Yeah, there's nobody else is seeing anything at all. No shooters whatsoever.
Yeah, so you're like, this day's over.
Yeah,
we got nighttime, and
this is over.
Yeah.
And man, like now I'm feeling some pressure because I've only got a couple of days left after this. Like I'm a little worried now.
Sure.
And about that time, Cody's phone goes off, and it's Kyler texting him. And he says, hey, I think I see this big bull that we saw the night before at this other spot.
Yeah, the 5x6.
Exciting.
And he's like, dude, it's time to go.
Let's go.
And so we grab our stuff up as quick as possible. Of course, we got 2 cameras out. We got freaking sandwiches and shit everywhere. Like we're spread out like we're camping here a week, And so we got to pack all this shit up real quick, and we do it real quick. And Cody's like, all right, let's go. And so again, I'm on Cody's hip. Like he done told me the day before, stay on my hip. I'm on his hip, and we're walking down. Elias, I think, is behind me, and Jason's at the back. And we get down, and it's probably, I don't know, 50 yards down the hill that we have to walk till we get to the valley floor. We're walking in like waist deep sagebrush, and we get down to the bottom, and we're literally like 10 feet from the edge of the sagebrush. Okay, meaning we're 10 feet away from not being in any kind of cover anymore. And Jason or somebody says, hey, and we look, and I see 3 or 4 cows that are running into the valley to that water hole, and then there's 3 or 4 more, and there's 3 or 4 more, and there's like a train of like 20-25 cows running down this valley into the water hole. Now if we would have been sitting where we were, we'd had like a perfect, we'd be in cover and like no big deal. Now we have 25 sets of eyes within 100 yards of us looking at us at this water hole, and at the end of this train coming in is a big bull.
Oh, wow.
And so like I just kind of kneeled down real quickly. Cody, our guide, is frozen standing up, and Jason, I think y'all squatted down too.
I got squatted down. Elias was right behind me. He was still standing up and he couldn't move. And yeah, because when they all came down, we're looking around, and there's spikes. And I look back up, and because they're still coming out of the mountain, and I say, big bull, big bull. Well, then that's when it all got serious at that point in time. And TJ got up on his shooting sticks. I got the camera set up, trying to get it to where, we can video all this stuff. And, it came, like we've said, they want to go to one place to the other. They come to that place.
Wow.
And stuff. And
so what happened? Y'all got me stressed. Like
I'm squatted down on one knee. I got my rifle up on my shooting sticks. Jason's got the camera going. Cody's still standing up. Elias is still standing up. Cody's like, I can't, like, we're 70 yards from these elk, and Cody's like, man, like I can't move. Like I can't tell if it's a shooter or not. Like, and I'm looking at him like, dude, that's a pretty damn big bull through my scope. And I go to hand him my binoculars, and he's like, dude, I can't move. Like, you're just going to have to make the decision. And I'm looking at this bull, and I'm like, man, I'm fixing to smoke it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I was looking for a bull that was real wide. If I had my pick, okay, and I'd have taken anything. But if I had my pick, I wanted something that was wide and had a lot of mass. And that was like my 2 big criteria. I just wanted something that's what I wanted. And this bull checked the spot, checked the boxes, and I said, I'm fixing to smoke this dude. He goes down into the pond to swim around a little bit, and by that time we can only see the top of his tines because the edge of he's down in the hole in the water. We can't see like his whole body anymore. I can see just the top of his horns. And when he starts coming out of the water, Cody says, oh yeah, that's a stud. He gets to the top of the bank and takes about 3 steps, and I smoke his ass.
But really?
Yeah.
So that was it?
That's it.
No way.
That's it.
So Cody said, that's a stud, and bam.
Well, I mean, he was coming up out of the water, and Cody said, that's a stud. And when he got to the top of that bank, I squeezed off the round and smoked his ass.
Really?
TJ said, I'm going to take him.
Yep.
And so I'm getting, because he's coming up, and like I said, they're going from point A to point B. So I'm getting it ready over here because TJ's kind of set behind us, and he's got a muzzle brake on it, and it's going to be extremely loud, and I want to have my ears closed, you know. And, you know, I got it up there, and, you know, it wasn't 2 seconds whenever TJ said, I'm going to take them. He took them.
So this is the second day?
Second day.
All right.
Second hunt.
Awesome.
He comes up out of the water. I shoot him. He
drops?
No, he
took it like a champ.
He took it like a champ. Now, he didn't run off. Like, he took a couple steps forward, and then he started spinning in a circle about 2 or 3 times, and he just falls over.
Damn.
Done.
And, man, it's over. And I like, it was kind of weird because Jace has another camera we called it the vlog camera. It has a short lens on it. And he's pointing it at me, and I'm just kind of looking at him. And typically in this situation, like, we'd be high-fiving, we'd be doing this, we'd be doing that, like, we'd be celebrating. And I'll be honest with you, like, I just felt a sense of relief. And that may seem weird to people, that I wasn't, like, overwhelmed with excitement and energy and all that, but I just kept looking at that camera, and I was like, I don't even know what to say. Because hunting an elk has been something that I've wanted to do for 10 plus years.
Wow.
You know, I've been on a really shitty elk hunt, and that was super disappointing. And then I've been here and had all these different ranges of emotions. I felt like shit.
Right.
I mean, like shit the entire time.
Right.
And, dude, it's just like, it was just a sense of relief.
What did Cody and all those guys say after you hit it? Were they like, all right, you got them? Or
yeah, honestly, I don't even really remember.
Yeah,
Paul, to be honest with you, because it was like, it was such
cool.
It was such just a kind of a somber moment for me.
Right.
And I don't mean relief like in a bad way. I just mean like it's done.
Right.
Like I did it.
Right.
I did it. You know, and I had thought about. It sounds kind of stupid, but I had thought about, you know, like how I would react when it happened several times during the week prior, several times the week before. And, dude, just making it happen and it's over, it's like, man, like, it's done.
Yeah.
And then, you know, like, walking up to it and seeing it and the size of it. Like, you know, we're 100. You know they're big. You see pictures of them and stuff all the time. But, like, you don't know how big they are until you walk up on it. And walking up on it and just seeing the overall size of it, I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like I probably acted weird the entire time after it was over. Because it wasn't until the next day that I actually, like, felt joy about the hunt.
That's wild, man.
It took 12 or so hours just to really, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just never experienced it. I've never experienced anything like it in my life.
Yeah.
It was just a very, I was just very calm and just, I don't know. But then the next day, I woke up and it was like, man, this is awesome. This is awesome. You know, we went to the taxidermist, we did go to the taxidermist, but the next morning, Kyler, the outfitter, he's like, I'm going to take this meat to town. They had a 24-hour processor there that you could drop it off and pick it up the next day. And I'll tell everybody, it was $150 to, like, rush the order to have it done the next day.
That's worth it, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And so we take this massive elk, and, dude, like, there's a picture of it in the back of Kyler's truck. And this is what's cool. Of all the places we could have shot this sucker, we shot it where we could pull a truck up to it and load it in the back.
I was going to ask, like, what was the process like?
Yeah.
So, like, a lot of times they'll have to pack them out. I mean, they'll gut them, and then they'll skin them, and they'll quarter them up, and then they'll pack all that meat out. Yeah.
Wow.
They'll pack all that meat out on backpacks. And we shot it in a spot where we literally could back a truck up to it, and then 6 of us could muscle it into the back of that truck. And there's a picture of this elk in the back of the truck that'll be on our Instagram that shows how big it is. It's a full-size Ford Raptor truck, and it fills that sumbitch up.
Wow.
And so taking that to camp, by this time a couple other bulls had been shot. Somebody shot a lady. Elias's mom shot a bull that night in that mud flat that we were talking about earlier. And so we had both of those bulls up on the rack, skinning them and everything. Excuse me. it was cold that night, so we just let them hang. And the next day, you know, we cut the head off, or we cut the head off at that night.
That night, yep.
Yeah. So it was just hanging. Next day, we take the body. So there's no skin, there's no feet, there's no head on it. It's just the carcass, I guess you would call it, the torso and legs, whatever. We load it in the back of Kyler's truck, and he's like, "You guys want to run with me to town and take this meat?" And we're like, "Heck yeah, man, that'd be awesome." Loaded the head in the back of the truck, and we took the body to the processor. They hung up the body and weighed it. It was 498 pounds.
Damn.
So that was just the body, no feet, no head, no skin, no guts. Processor goes to town on it. While we're gone, we take the head to the taxidermist. We drop that off. Dude, I just really, really happy with that experience.
Excellent,
you know?
man. I'm happy for you, dude.
And I tell you what was even cooler was getting to hang out with Kyler that whole day, like that whole afternoon, was just cool because we got to ask a lot of questions about like how he started his outfitting service and you know, just all kinds of stuff, how he did it all. That Western hunting is so different than what we hunt here in the South. You know, here in the South, we buy a deer license, we buy a hunting license. We got like probably 10 total tags that we can use on all kinds of crap. Then our deer lease, like we've mentioned before, you know, we get a cull buck, a trophy buck, and then a doe tag for every membership. Well, me and Jace both have both memberships, so we got, you know, five deer tags just from our deer lease, plus our deer license. We can hunt all freaking year and not tag out and have and kill a crap ton of animals. They kill one, they're done pretty much.
Yeah,
they filled that tag and they're done.
Well, it's like they only have 5 days of hunting for the first season. Then 5 days for the second season, and then 5 days for the archery season, and all that. And then they have a season just for cows. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, you'd have to check me on that, but I mean, it is completely different than what we've ever experienced.
That's incredible,
you know,
man.
So
yeah,
that's incredible.
So we got to hang out with him all afternoon, man. Super, super cool guy. I got to meet his wife and one of his kids. It was just really, really cool.
Yeah.
Just being able to hang out with him and have that human element, you know, like that I think is what we were missing at the first of it, was the hunting camp vibe that we've talked about on this podcast so much and what's so important to us. Like just being able to hang out. Like a successful hunt is not necessarily harvesting an animal. It's building that relationship with people that with other hunters.
Yeah.
And being able to do that with Kyler was freaking amazing that afternoon.
Awesome.
And that's when the joy of the hunt really, really came in, is once those relationships. So we get back to camp. We go do some spotting with Cody. So some other hunters were hunting, and we were on the roadsides and stuff, like glassing the ridge tops, trying to locate animals for them. You know, we went back to camp, and something was just different. And it was like the camaraderie with all the guides and stuff was there all of a sudden.
That's cool.
And so they're like passing out beers to everybody.
Oh,
like,
cool.
We're drinking freaking Busch Light, like nonstop.
Let's go.
You know, like I ain't never seen Jace drink a beer in his life, and he's having to drink that. You know, they give him a Busch Light. Well, dude's got to drink it.
Right.
You know, he can't be rude. We ended up staying up until like 4:30 in the morning, just talking, hanging out.
It. That's great.
And
come find out, several of them actually listened to our podcast.
Oh, that's insane. They were probably starstruck, bro.
Oh yeah,
no. We talk so much shit. I mean, it was hilarious, and the other hunters, you know, we heard y'all down there and blah blah blah. Well, I don't care. I mean, we were having a blast down there. 2 of them passed out on the couch. You know, they were done. Saw one of them the next day. I guess about 10 o'clock after we packed out that one for the little dudes up there and all that. And
that's great.
He looked like he was death on a cracker, man. I looked at him and said, "You ready for round 2?" Nah, I'm ready for a nap.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. They did that with you.
Yeah, we just hung out, dude, and it was a lot of fun. You know,
my God,
and like
stories.
Like I thought about bringing some podcasting equipment down there to do, and like that'd have been great. But at the same time, then I felt like it wouldn't have been as natural as what it was.
Sure, absolutely.
And that natural conversation with all those guys was awesome.
That's
like
great.
that was probably the best part of the trip for me. It was just hanging out with everybody and talking.
There was two guys. The two guides got there prior to the hunt or the night before the hunt. We didn't meet them until the next day. They just got off a bison hunt that they were guiding to
buffalo.
Buffalo and all that. And then they also do bighorn sheep all the time.
Yeah, it was really cool. Just getting to talk to them all.
That's awesome.
And so we were still waiting on the elk to get done. We just, like I said, got to hang out. We stayed another day, hung out with Cody some more. We glassed with him, helped other hunters out. Some guys had shot a bull. And so we went and, went with Collar and Cody and helped them get that out of there, which I didn't really help. I didn't really do shit. These guys are out there cutting this shit up. There's 5 guys working on an elk, cutting it all up. And I'm just kind of standing there hey, what's up?
Right.
And so, yeah, I felt really weird and helpless, but it was just cool. After the pressure of the hunt was over, it was then it was just we're just hanging out.
I love
we're
that.
at deer camp just hanging out with guys.
Yeah.
And, man, it was just a really, really special trip. Really, really special time. I will tell you this. We decided we were looking at our options of driving home, okay? And we had called Enterprise Rent-A-Car and talked to them, and they're like, dude, look, if you drive this car back to Texas, they're going to be pissed. And you're probably never going to be able to rent a car from Enterprise again, because they wanted me to take it back to the original location in Salt Lake, which I wasn't going to freaking do, because I wanted to fish too. And so I had checked on some flights and stuff, and there was a flight leaving Denver, which was 4 or 5 hours away from where we were hunting. And I thought, that's what we're going to do. We're going to drive to Denver, and we'll fly fish. We'll drop the car off in Denver, and then we'll fly from Denver home.
But I thought you driving home was to carry all your stuff back. It was.
Mm-hmm. But I started doing some research, and each pack, you can check a bag that weighs up to 50 pounds. Okay, and we had 4 coolers, and they told us that we were probably going to have a little bit over 200 pounds of meat from that 498 pound carcass. And so I'm thinking, dude, you can check a bag for less than $50 and it's 50 pounds. And so I'm thinking, dude, for $200 or $300, we'll be able to get all this meat home on the plane.
Wow.
And fly back. And so that became our plan pretty quick, because driving 22 hours back, even though we were going to hit up the steakhouse and stuff, anyway, we planned our trip, we were going to be at the steakhouse in the morning.
Yeah, 10 o'clock in the morning.
And it was that's just kind of dumb.
Yeah, right.
And so, and then after the steakhouse, you got to drive through the panhandle of Texas. That takes forever.
Yeah.
And it just, we started thinking about it. It was dude, let's just fly home.
Cool.
Let's check this meat and let's fly home. And so we decide to drive through Colorado. We stop at a fly shop, Western Angler Fly Shop in some town. I don't even freaking remember. But the dude, the guy there was super, super cool. We told him what we were doing. We said, hey, we're from Texas. We don't know shit about fly fishing and all that. I mean, we know a little bit, but not that much. And he's like, dude, this section of the Colorado River is really cool. This is what you need to throw. Here's the baits. So we bought $75 worth of baits and stuff, and he gave us all this advice, told us what exit on the highway to take.
Oh, man, awesome.
It laid it all out for us. And so we drive to this spot of the Colorado River, which is gorgeous, by the way. Mm-hmm. It's between Rifle and Colorado and Denver. God, I can't remember the name of it. It was something Springs or something. But
Springs? I
don't know. But we drive to this stop. We get out and walk down to the river. I'm trying to set the camera up and stuff just because I want to film all this. That, I wanted to document this trip. And anyway, long story short, I must have used all my luck up because I didn't catch shit. And Jace catches a huge and beautiful rainbow and a huge and beautiful brown.
Way to go, man.
Big fish.
Without a guide.
Same spot.
That's awesome,
yeah,
man.
Big fish. And we fished for, I don't know, 3 hours or so. It started raining on us. And it was like, dude, look, it's going to be midnight by the time we get back to Denver. Let's roll. And I'd gotten us a room. We'd been not necessarily roughing it, okay, because the cabin that we stayed in was nice.
Got you a nice La Quinta?
No, I went ahead and booked I saw that the Gaylord, they had a Gaylord Rockies in Denver, and
yeah.
it's right by the airport. I'm
Yeah.
like, that's gonna be a really nice hotel.
Yeah.
So I booked us a room there, and our flight left. Here's the deal: our flight left at 5:44 in the morning
From Denver.
From Denver.
Okay. The next flight, I was just trying to get us back early during the day, so we had Saturday or Sunday to kind of hang out at home. And the flight left at 5:44 Sunday morning, and I'm thinking they ain't gonna be a son of a bitch in the airport on a Sunday morning at 5:44. Like, this is gonna be easy with all this shit we got.
It's a hub, bro.
Because we got all the we have my suitcase, Jace's suitcase, the gear suitcase.
Everything
okay?
you brought.
Everything, my gun case, the carry. We got all this shit that we were barely able to carry. Plus, we got 4 coolers full of elk meat.
Yeah.
Okay? And it was way more than 200 pounds. It was more like 250 pounds. And so we've got these coolers stuffed with meat, like completely stuffed with frozen meat. And we picked that stuff up at 11 o'clock on Saturday morning.
Yep.
Sunday morning at 5 o'clock when I checked the meat, it was all still frozen solid. So that meat, that if anybody's wondering, like, it was all still frozen solid in its coolers. So we get to the airport. By the way, we were after we fly fished, and by the time we drove to Denver and we stopped somewhere to eat, Breckenridge, to eat dinner at a really cool little bar, by the way. Mm-hmm. It was midnight when we got to the hotel.
Yeah.
And then we had to leave at 4 a.m.
Oh, Jesus.
So we slept at the Gaylord for 4 hours, basically. Slept and took a shower, and we were in and out.
Yeah.
But we get to the airport, and these coolers are a lot heavier than 50 pounds now. And we've got 4 of them. So we got 2 carts. Is that right, Jace? 3 carts. We had 3 luggage carts and to carry all this shit to the ticket counter. And I get to the ticket counter, and there's this elderly woman who's working the ticket counter, probably weighs 100 pounds total.
Oh, God dang.
And I've got all this heavy-ass luggage. We finally get it all checked, okay? It did cost me a little bit more than $200 or $300. Cost me $800 to fly with all this meat. Mm-hmm. Okay, but again, I don't give a shit. I'm ready to get home, and I ain't having to drive 22 hours. All right?
Yeah.
So we get all this meat checked, loaded. I'm thinking this meat's going to end up, like, there's no way this shit's going to all end up in Dallas. Going back to flying with guns, the Denver airport was completely different than Dallas or any other airport I've been to. We actually had to go to a different floor on the like, it took 30 minutes to get these guns checked out by TSA.
Easily, because they wouldn't load the coolers from where the lady was at, so they had to put all that on a cart, take it outside where we initially came in at, and then go back inside, go upstairs, and then drop his gun off. And that took 30 minutes just at the gun part. And thank God he was the first one in there, because there's like several other people showed up behind him. And then we had to go back downstairs, to go upstairs, to go downstairs to a train, to go 3 stops away. And we're like, shit, we're kind of pushing it.
We're pushing it. We were pushing it. I will tell you this. When I was checking all those coolers and stuff, that little 100-pound lady, and then there was some guy that was like kind of trying to help. And then there was a shit ton of people behind me in line. Okay, because I got there, and then everybody came in behind me. I got all this shit, and you can hear people murmuring and crap. So I'm trying to hurry. Like I feel like I'm feeling pressure. Like I'm stressed because all these people are waiting. And so anyway, I'm grabbing these coolers and I'm throwing them to the side and shit because we got to take them to oversized. And when I fly, I wear Birkenstocks just because I want to be comfortable. So I got some wool socks on from my hunt and some Birkenstocks. And I throw that cooler down, and I turn. Well, the cooler like sat on the toe of my shoe. When I pulled my foot out, my foot came out of the shoe. I step on the damn tile with my wool socks on. And I slip and bust my ass.
Dang!
In front of
all these people.
Oh well.
And I get up. I'm like, yeah, I dare one of you some bitches to laugh. Like I'm sitting there hurrying.
What?
I'm hurrying. Exactly.
I'm outside the line, and
everybody's like, nothing, sir.
And I start laughing, and this dude that was telling me where I needed to go, he goes, "You okay?" I was like, "No, my buddy just fell down over there. I guess he's okay."
I was hot, buddy. I was pissed then because I'm sitting here trying to hurry for all these people, and I done fell and busted my ass in front of everybody.
Dang.
Yeah, so we get on the plane, like we're literally so to the wire. They had already voided out our seats.
Yes.
So they have to reissue us tickets. And
when we walk up, they're like, "Are y'all the 2 first-class passengers?" Yep. Hell, that's everybody's on now.
Yeah.
You know.
we were the last 2 on the plane.
Oh, yeah?
And
We had 14 minutes to go, though.
guess who was on the plane, Paul?
In Denver.
Yeah. Flying back to Dallas.
Can't even tell you.
So the first row. Okay.
First class.
First row of
Where
first
I
class.
sit at all the time.
Yeah. I sit by the window on the first row, and Jay sits in the aisle
I
on
have
the first
no
row.
idea. I
In
want
Jace's
this.
seat, which is not his, we're in 4th row now, Billy Gibbons.
No way.
ZZ Top. Yep.
Did you say what's up?
Nah, man, he was like zoned
had his
in on his
toboggan
phone.
on?
Yeah, he had on like a bandana type deal, but yeah, dressed all in
Shades?
black. Yeah, shades.
What a
Yep.
pimp.
I'm telling you, the pimp of all pimps.
So did y'all sit first class?
Hell yeah, we did.
Okay. So
Yeah.
how far away was he?
He's first row. We're 4th row.
Yeah.
Damn, were you just staring at him?
Oh, I can't see his ass. He's little.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
I
he's
would have bought
little.
him a drink or something.
Well, I typed in my phone, "Is that Billy Gibbons?" and showed it to the stewardess, and she was like, "I think it is," but she pulled the manifest and was like, "But this is what his name says," and I can't remember what it was, but I mean, if he's fine under alias,
But
or
you're
something.
90% sure.
Oh,
it's
I'm
100?
99% sure it's Billy Gibbons.
Wow.
As soon as I walked in, I looked. I went, "Yep, there's ZZ Top."
That's so cool.
It was pretty cool, man. It was freaking Billy Gibbons, man, of all
And he's
people.
probably like, "Where's these sons of bitches at to get this plane off the ground?"
he probably is. He's
So good thing you didn't say
you
hi.
are, yeah,
No,
y'all the
Hey,
y'all
they
are 2
wasn't
late guys.
They wasn't waiting on us because they had to stop the damn announcements and all that because people were standing up and they're like, "We cannot continue with our announcements until everybody is seated." I'm like, what the heck is going on?
So it's
5 o'clock
6:30.
in the
Yeah,
morning?
it's our plane departed at 5:44, and the flight attendant says, "Would you like anything before you take off, sir?" And I
Yes.
said, "Vodka and orange juice right now."
Screwdrivers.
And dude, I was pounding screwdrivers the whole flight home, dude. I mean, I was pounding them.
Let's go.
But it was good, man. It was a good flight home. Slept a little bit, drank 4 or 5 screwdrivers,
Yeah.
and when we landed, I was decompressed and unstressed.
Yeah.
We get to Dallas Airport. We walk to our baggage claim gate. I'm thinking since we dropped the coolers off on at the oversized luggage door that's where they're going to be, which is where my gun is. And no, these freaking coolers start popping out of the conveyor belt deal.
With the suitcases?
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah. And so I throw them on a cart, no big deal. About that time, Sarah, my wife, pulls up on the truck. We throw all that shit on the truck and we roll,
Well,
son.
hold on. Usually, whenever we get our guns or rifles, whatever, they're locked up somewhere. We got to show an ID and everything like
You
that.
didn't have to do nothing.
Hell, I walked over and grabbed it.
Awesome.
I'm not supposed to do that.
Right.
But he set it down, and everybody's just grabbing their stuff over there. So I walk and grab it, and nobody says a word. I set it
DFW was
beside me,
over it. They're like, yeah, okay.
and I'm waiting on the coolers, and I look and I see, TJ calls me, and he goes, "Hey, can you get a big cart?" And I was like, "Well, I can't move. I just got your rifle." He goes, "What?" I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, I got all the coolers down here," and I'm looking over there. Yeah, he's got everything there.
Awesome.
So
Awesome, man. Well, I can't wait for you to have a little cookout with all that, with some of that meat, son.
Hey, me too, dude. Me too. And-
Because like with elk meat, it's not all lean. You got some fatty stuff in there too, right?
well,
I mean,
so they mixed all the ground beef or all the ground elk. I told them I wanted all my steaks cut, and then I wanted everything else was going to be ground, and I said let's mix it with fat, and so they mixed it with some beef fat.
okay.
20%, I think, beef fat.
Cool.
And so, yeah, burger stuff is going to have fat in it.
Yeah.
It's going to be good stuff.
Excellent, man. Excellent. Way to go, TJ.
Yeah, man.
Proud of you, buddy.
We landed in Houston. We landed in DFW. We had a little time. It was like 9:30 when we landed, and so we haven't eaten because we got on the plane at the butt ass crack of dawn.
Right.
And I'm wired up on screwdrivers.
Yeah.
And so I need to eat something.
Yes.
And if you're in Dallas, where are you going to eat?
Poncho, son.
You're going to eat a Poncho.
Oh, did y'all do it?
we did.
They didn't open until 11.
Well,
so
what
we had about an hour and a half to kill.
Sit at the bar, get some more drink.
No. So this is kind of the part of the funny or the more personable part of the story. Okay, so we've talked about all that stuff. Now we can kind of start just talking some bullshit.
Okay.
So we get up there, and like in East Texas, like we're full camo. When we hunt, we're full camo. Even if like we're going to be in a blind, we're full camo. Those are our hunting clothes, you know. And if you get blood from skinning a deer or something on your camo, no big deal, you know. Like we just wear camo at deer camp. Like that's just what you do in the South. We get up there, and nobody wears camo. They may wear like a camo hoodie, but they got on like solid pants, like brown pants or dark green pants, and they're all like the outdoor style mountain wear camp pants. And pretty much, I would say 90% of those guys had on Kuiu, the clothing brand Kuiu, which is like their big thing is like ultralight hunting. And so I told Jace, I said, I got a surprise for you. Well, Kuiu is mostly online clothing, but they have a store in Dallas.
Nice.
They have I think 2 stores, 2 flagship stores, and one of them's in Dallas. And so I told Jace, I said, hey, I'm going to take you to Dallas. I'm going to take you to somewhere special. So we pull in the Kuiu store, and he starts laughing. And so we go in there and start trying shit on.
Yeah, I'm thinking we're not going to find anything that fits us.
And we actually did. Now, there was some 3X, 4X shit.
Come on.
But it fit us. So we look around for a little bit, have a good time. We waste some time. But I'm telling you, every sumbitch up there was wearing Kuiu.
Wow.
Cody was wearing some First Light, which he can fit in that shit.
Is Kuiu expensive stuff?
Yeah. It's more your premium. So you got like Kuiu, you got like Sitka, you got First Light, Stone Glacier. Those are all like higher end camouflage stuff, more performance based, I guess you could say, and not just like your insulated coveralls.
Is that what those pants are you're wearing?
I'm wearing Magellans.
Well, man, I got to get me some of those.
Same kind of style though.
These are my fishing pants.
I like them.
Yeah. And those pants right there cost like $25. When Kuiu's probably $125 for a pair
But you can wear
of pants.
boots with those. I can't wear boots with these.
Yeah. So we go to Kuiu, look around, start trying some stuff. Then we go to Poncho's and eat it up, bro.
Come on, dog.
I mean, dude, it was so. After having a morning full of screwdrivers,
Oh man, it couldn't have been better.
I could not have been better.
Heck yeah.
And it was a freaking. But I will say this: it was one in Garland.
Oh, hey man, you got to.
That's
Sometimes
JV,
you got to
though.
sacrifice.
That's JV Ponchos.
Hey man, but it works.
Yeah, you got to go to that freaking Arlington Ponchos, man.
It works though, don't it?
Yeah. So it was. I mean, it was really, really cool, man. It was just
Awesome.
a very cool hunt, a very good weekend, a very good week because we were gone a week from Monday to Sunday.
Yep.
Very, very good time that we had. You know, I want to. I definitely want to thank Kyler Bowden with 5K Outfitters in Vernal, Utah. Cody Elder was our guide, not Jesse. I'll say Jesse Elder. Dude, Tyler, I'm going to screw his last name up, but Tyler Erkenbrock, he was the mountain boss. Some of the guys that we stayed up with and had a good time with, Brian Wood, everybody called him B Wood.
Nice.
Dude looked like Larry Bird with a mullet.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
He was tall.
Yeah,
man.
very tall and skinny.
Funny.
He had a freaking mullet.
Golly.
Yeah, funny as hell. Wants to come to Texas to kill some pigs so bad. So, dude, bring your ass.
Come on.
Super, super cool.
The cousins.
You had Manny. And Braden.
Yep.
They were cousins. They're the
funny.
sheep hunters.
Oh,
they're the guys
God.
that Manny, he's the one that stayed up all night with us. Braden fell asleep on the couch like a little bitch.
Yeah.
Him and B Wood, they done fell asleep on the couches like a couple little bitches.
Yeah.
Couldn't handle those bush lattes.
Yeah.
But you had a guy named Justin, super cool. And you can't forget old Elias. You know, Elias was a super cool kid.
He didn't hang with us at nighttime.
No, he had to go to bed.
He was up every day.
Yeah, he was.
up.
He was. And then you definitely had Jeff the cook. Jeff the cook was from L.A.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Wow.
Good time. But those are all the dudes.
Looked just like Bubba.
Yeah, he did.
Same mannerisms.
Spitting image
everything.
of Bubba.
A younger Bubba.
Yep.
Really?
Dead serious.
Wow.
Dead
Yeah.
serious.
Yeah, he did his hand like this right here, like Bubba does, you know, and all that. And I was like, I said it, and TJ goes, I wasn't going to say it, but yeah, he does. He looks just like him.
That's
I was like,
crazy.
Yep. So all those guys, man, were super cool. Like I
awesome.
said, it took a day or so to warm up, but once everything.
What do you think that was about? Because
I don't
you
know.
killed
Well,
and they were just like.
So I'm going to speak very frankly here.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is just my total perception. All right. Kyler had made the opinion to us that his guys were all great guys, and they were always careful on how they acted around people to make sure they didn't offend anybody, basically. Like if there were people that didn't cuss, then his guides wouldn't cuss. They made sure not to do that. If they were this way, the guides would make sure. And I feel like it was probably just
being professional. Yeah.
And like, you know, there were some high rollers that were there with us.
Sure.
Okay. Like there were guys that spend millions of dollars a year hunting. Okay. At this lodge.
Yeah. One cat had set aside $1.5 million just to go on hunting trips.
Wow.
Like what kind of people?
Yeah.
You know, out of our class.
So that's what it was. They were just.
I think they were just kind of hanging back because that's kind of what their job was to do. And then once they saw that me and Jace were just some East Texas rednecks that wanted to drink some beer and hang out, they were like, well, hell yeah, let's do that.
They loosened up a little bit.
Yeah, they loosened up.
Man, it was so cool. Also, whenever they were like, yeah, you know, they said, what's the cameras about? You know, you're not hunting? No, I'm just going to video for them, you know, and they asking about different things. Yeah, we got a podcast, and, you know, and it was like individually. It wasn't like in a group. And they said, well, what's the podcast? And we tell them, and they're like, I listen to y'all. I've listened to y'all before.
Wow.
And almost, you know, I'd say the majority of them has listened to the podcast. And they, man, y'all just talk shit, you know. I said, well, it's like a campfire deal, you know, whatever, man. Nothing's off limits on it. And they're like, oh, I can't wait to hear what y'all say, bullshit y'all say about us. And well, we'll just speak the truth.
Yeah.
Which, you know, the truth is, I mean, it's a great bunch of guys, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it. So.
Yeah, like I said, once I pulled the trigger and it was done, like that's when the joy really came to me, and it was just like getting to hang out with the guys and at deer camp and, you know, all that kind of stuff. Everybody, you know, that was what was cool, is all of them would come by and congratulate you if you shot something. Just top class guys, man. Like cool. I'm serious. It was just overall it was an incredible experience.
Awesome.
Yeah, and one guy is actually hunting with us, Jim.
from
Jim Sissio.
Maryland.
Yeah, he told me. I said, "How do you pronounce your last name?" And he told me, and I mean, I butchered up. He goes, "I'm full-blooded Italian." I was like, "All right," and so we're gonna keep in touch. This, you know, he's got a Wyoming pronghorn hunt in probably 8 days now.
Well, that'd be cool.
So, and he's got several other things. Going to go to the Czech Republic, go shoot a Sika.
Yeah, like I said, they're all out of our league, man.
Yeah.
You know,
well, I know it's been a long podcast, but, you know, maybe on the next one, I do have a few questions.
No, dude, let's get with it.
Well, no, it's just like when it comes to the guides and their services and stuff, like on your first day, your first couple of days and everything, y'all have done several different guides to where, like, you could probably do a whole episode of, like, hey, if you're going to a guide the first time, these are some steps that you probably need to prepare for. Because every guide's different. Like, you didn't know you needed to stand up there with him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then you got somebody like Cody that fly fishing that'll hold your hand through it all and do everything for you and tell you what to do to make you look like $1 million.
Yeah.
So I think it would be really cool to put our heads together and me put some questions together and y'all think of things.
Do like the guy.
Because you got to think, man, I mean, don't say how much you spent on this guided hunt, but would you say it's the most expensive one you ever done?
Absolutely.
Okay. So wouldn't you want to, like, prep somebody? Like, hey, they probably won't prep you for this, but I would encourage you to prep.
Yeah, I can definitely
think about that.
Yeah, I can definitely do that.
Because, like, when you go somewhere, like, I'm just going off of Cody's example, but y'all had a bunch of different ones. It's important to know what you're prepping for, because these guys might be like, hey, man, put on your headlamps. You go, we ain't got them. Well, like, these are questions I probably should have asked, but I don't know what to ask.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm hiring a guy to help me.
Right.
You know? Mm-hmm. So how much hold handing are you willing to ask for?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I got you.
Yeah, and another thing, we kind of touched on it at the very beginning of it, the word decent. You know, that was thrown out a lot. And to me, if somebody says, hey, what'd you see? Well, I saw a decent buck.
Well, I'll pass that up for a bigger.
Right.
So what did that mean to them? Like, shoot it?
Yeah. It's a shooter.
That's a shooter.
And that's decent.
Yeah.
So when they compliment something, did they ever say that's a monster or something like along those terms? Well, like
that one that I shot, he said that's a stud.
So that meant like better than decent.
I guess.
Yeah.
Hopefully it didn't mean less than decent.
Well, we were talking to
no, it didn't, but you know.
Yeah, we were talking to Kyler on the way, you know, and he said something decent. I was like, yeah, what's up with this word decent? You know, I mean, everybody's decent's different. You know,
that's like average to me.
Yeah, because if
below average, it's decent.
Well, it's a decent buck. I'm going to wait next year or whatever, you know, or let my kid might shoot it.
How was the food? It was decent.
Yeah,
got by.
Yeah. So we were talking about it, and he said something, oh, decent, blah, blah, blah. I said, well, what's up with that, man? Tell me what the deal is, because we were told, oh, that's decent. Then it's like, later on,
What'd he say?
Those are shooters. He goes, hell, I'm never going to look at that word again.
Well, what'd he say?
Nothing. I'm never going to look at that word again the same. He goes,
So you
when
never
somebody
know what
says
they
decent,
define decent as.
Yeah. Everybody's different, on the decent. And we're like, hey, tell us, shoot it.
Yeah.
That's all we need to know. Shoot it.
Yeah. Like, hey, dude, get it.
Yeah, shoot that buck or shoot that bull.
Stupid. I'm sorry I'm comparing, but I only have one guide, and it was like, Cody, you want to take a picture with it? And I said, you just tell me what to take a picture with.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
But at the same time, like if that's something that you're proud of,
right,
you need to take a picture with.
Right, but Cody was asking me if I want to take a picture with all of them. I'm talking about them little bitty ones too. I'm like, Cody, just tell me what he goes, you need to take a picture. I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing, they're not going to push you into shooting anything, but we were trying to push them, hey, you tell us to shoot what to shoot.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Right.
Because honestly, that night that we had 200 bulls on, or 200 elk on us, there was one that came and laid down at the corner of the field.
Right.
Or the valley.
Yeah.
And I thought it was a monster. He goes, nah, man, he ain't as big as what you think. And then him saying these other ones right here are good ones. I'm like, that one over there looks like it's a lot.
Well, hey,
bigger.
I want to do an episode for real, maybe a next one or whenever you want to, TJ, about talking about God specifically and encouraging people what questions to ask with y'all's different experiences, comparing them of what was similarity and one thing you wish you would have known going to different levels of gods, because I think that's important.
Yeah,
especially for me.
I agree completely, and I think that is a good thing to do. Just preparation when you're going on a guided hunt.
Yeah,
I think it's very important.
Side note: I went to Durant, Oklahoma for a quick trip with my wife to see Turnpike Troubadours at the casino, and we went to a dive bar where they got their start at. And guess what I had as my beverage that night? Busch Light.
Oh, did you really?
It was $1 a can,
all
son.
Drinking Busch Light.
And so we were all drinking Busch Light. How about it?
Well, I thought you were going to say you had a
Twisted
tea.
No, son, they did have those, but that was like, what do y'all got? Like, what's on special? They go Busch Light and Keystone. Give me a Busch Light then.
Busch Light's not bad.
Dude, for $1?
Yeah.
Who gives a crap? In a can? Let's go.
Yeah, no, it's not bad at all. So, but they drank the hell out of some Busch Light, I promise you.
They sure do.
That's their beverage.
It's all day long, son.
All day.
All day after the first morning hunt. I don't know if I saw them drink anything other than beer.
I don't either. All day.
They had to burn calories, son.
Shit, I guess. Well, Paul, you got any other questions?
No, man, I'm proud of you, dude.
No,
Way to go,
I'm telling
TJ.
you, it was, and I hope that we shared, like, we've talked for a couple hours now and just kind of talked around a bunch of stuff, but
we can pinpoint it more.
I just want to go back to say, like, the guides and hanging out with not just the guides but the other hunters, like. It was a really cool last couple of days. That was my favorite part of the hunt by far, was just hanging out with everybody.
Awesome.
And coming home with all the elk meat. And I did leave. I don't know. We touched on this just for a second. I left. They caped it out for us. I left the head and the horns in Utah. The taxidermist there is going to do the mount, shoulder mount, and then they work with the shipper that basically is a dude that has a big cargo trailer, and he just goes around and makes big loops around the country nonstop.
Wow.
And he'll pick it up and bring it to me.
He's the UPS of taxidermists.
He basically is, yeah. Yeah.
Hey, so, man, cool.
I just felt like I didn't want to carry. First off, by that time we'd already decided we're not driving back, and it just didn't make any sense to bring it back. So I left it up there and let him go and do it. He does a ton of elk. He'll make it look good, and I'll get it here, and everything will be great.
What was your thoughts on Utah, just the vibe, Salt Lake City to drive in? Were you, like, impressed by it? I mean, y'all been to Wyoming. Was it similar?
It was kind of similar. Salt Lake City, I don't know. We were only there for like a couple hours.
Yeah, basically you get in towns, and then it's nothing.
Right.
And then a town, and then nothing.
Right.
That's basically how it is.
It's not like East Texas.
No.
They're like towns are like 3 hours apart.
Right.
You know, we were asking like Vernal, the guy. We were asking Kyler like, what other teams does this high school play football against? He's like Salt Lake City. Like everybody was like 3 hours away.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And so different world, man, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
But it was beautiful.
Best meal that y'all had there. I mean, did y'all get to experience any foods or anything, or was it just typical? Like, man, we didn't have time to like.
The bar, driving back through Colorado, we stopped at this like kind of high end bar in Frisco /
We didn't realize
Breckenridge.
it was a high end bar until we got there.
Right.
You know, it's a ski town.
But it was like a ski town, and we sat at the bar and had a couple ribeyes, mashed potatoes.
Okay.
Truffle tots.
But y'all didn't get the unique food in Utah. You didn't have time for none of that.
Didn't have time
Gotcha,
for it.
Gotcha.
No.
Yeah.
Hey, we did stop at an A&W KFC.
Hey, come on, son. You
Hadn't
better
seen
got
that
that
in a long
A&W
time.
Yeah,
burger.
you got that A&W
We
burger.
did.
Yeah.
Let's
We
go.
did.
No, man, I'm excited for you. I'm glad that it was successful, bro.
Yeah,
because I
it
did
was-
get the text with you with your elk.
Yeah,
and
I didn't
was
want to leave
grateful.
you hanging.
No, I know,
But
but
I didn't want
was-
to go into a lot of detail either.
I know. I just said proud of you. Look forward to hearing the story.
Yeah, it was a good time. Definitely a good time. I would definitely do it again in a heartbeat. So I don't know.
Awesome.
We'll see how it all goes. But-
Excellent.
Well, guys, look, I appreciate y'all bearing with us through all this stuff. We've kind of put in a long one today, but we'll be back next week. This weekend, we ain't even talked about it, but this weekend is the Texas opening of bow season.
Whoa.
So as of Saturday morning, which would be September
28th
28th.
or 7th.
Let's just get our facts straight again. The 27th, September 27th, is the opening of Texas bow season, of deer season officially. We're open. And so, dude, a lot of stuff fixing to start happening. We got a lot of stuff that we'll be talking about. Again, I want to thank Kyler. Go ahead. What?
Real quick on whatever we checked my statement out about 75 yards. A hunter must be 600 feet from the nearest private property line.
He had to get
Well,
in there.
that's on a specific reservoir. Todd Long, our game warden, he says you can hunt right on the line as long as you're not across it. Not illegal, but
Okay.
many times unethical. And yes, there is something called trespass by projectile, shooting across property lines. If the landowner on the other side of the fence wants to prosecute, it's something we do.
Mm-hmm.
So,
We're going to have to talk to Todd.
well,
There's the-
I mean, Todd ain't lying to you. You can,
Yeah.
if you pull that's AI generated. If you pull it up and actually read the article where it comes out of Texas Parks and Wildlife, it goes back to where it's specifying it. So I checked it out too. But
Gotcha.
God, listen, guys, I really appreciate y'all listening. It means the world to us. I want to thank Kyler Bowden again with 5K Outfitters and all the guides there. You guys are welcome to come to Texas anytime you want to. You just give us a holler. And I hope, Elias, I hope you're doing good in school if you listen to this, man. All right? Keep your grades up and everything will be all right. We appreciate you listening. Follow us on Instagram at the Huntcast. Be sure to follow us on whatever podcast platform you're listening to. Please leave us a review. And, we're always on the old TikTok at the Huntcast Podcast. We appreciate it so much. We are out.